Good afternoon and welcome to City Heroes, coming to you live from Sydney, Australia. My name is Barry Mavros. On behalf of CueWorld Events, we are featuring the Australian US Open 9-Ball Championships official qualifying event. I am joined with Teutscher from Holland. How are you, my friend?
Good. Yeah, feeling really good.
You're feeling good. I'm super excited. I'm so excited. This is a first for me to be featuring a match on behalf of Matchroom Sport and having two of the best players I've ever seen live. You are one of my favorite players. We met about 6 months ago, remember?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
For the guys out there at home, we met in the semi-final in Australia, and I had to come up against this guy from Holland, a good-looking, tall, young, beautiful-looking man from Holland. I heard he's top 40 in the world. I'm like, I can take him, and it was really good for me. Do you remember what the score was?
Can't remember, actually.
He beat me 11-1. It was close. He beat me only 11-1. We've all been watching you. The big buzz in the room when you came down. First night you came down, you ran a six-pack.
I can't remember, man.
2 nights ago, he comes into the room, he starts racking up the balls, he breaks and runs, 6 in a row. And then I was getting a phone call next day, hey Barry, Marco just ran 6 in a row. But I mean, honestly, you've been playing for a long time. How do you feel being in Australia?
I feel good. I really enjoy my time here. The people are really friendly. Yeah, for this event, same actually all the events here in Australia. I practice really hard for this one. So I'm looking forward to play some good pool.
Well, you have your own room now in New Zealand, is that right?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's a 4 Sports. Yeah, it's like a shop. Like we're selling some pool tables, cues, everything.
Pool tables, cues, and you do coaching?
Yeah, I do a lot of coaching as well. Yeah. So it's going well. Yeah.
Well, this is a winner's side match. This is the A side final, so they're battling now for the hot seat. And this match also carries weight. The winner of this match is basically guaranteed at least $3,000. So that's you're now locked up $1,000. You're now playing for $3,000 with a chance to go to America to play in the US Open qualifier. Have you played this in the US Open before?
Yeah. I qualified myself one time I finished last 32 in the US Open main event, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's a nice tournament, and now it's getting even better with Matchroom. So I'm really looking forward.
Barry Berman, he ran it for so many years, and then on his passing, Barry Hearn bought it, and I think it's going to be the biggest US Open ever. I am honoured that you're in this event. I'm glad and honoured that I've been invited by CueWorld to commentate on it. Looking forward to it. Is there a strategy going into this event for you? For this next match you're playing Antonias Kakaris from Greece?
No, I just want to focus on my own game, and I practice what I said at the boot camp for 2 weeks. I'm really fit. I'm eating good food. I sport every day, and I'm looking forward to play some good pool. Yeah.
We're looking forward to watching you, mate. Best of luck, huh? See you in a few minutes on the field. And his opponent for this match, the battle for the hot seat, is none other than Antonias Kakaris from Greece. Postman, how are you, my friend?
Perfect, very nice. Thank you very much for everything. Again, one star match, and now I'm playing Teutscher.
Teutscher, a good player.
Very good player. I'm professional. I'm okay. Maybe win, maybe lose. No problem. Okay. Very good.
How are you feeling? You had a good match against Danny earlier. You're feeling you had a bit of food now, and you're ready to play.
Yeah, perfect. I'm good. No problem. I'm good. Thank you very much.
Tony comes from Athens, Greece. He hails from Marathona. That's where all the marathons are run in the old days. Yeah. And he's holidaying, and he came for this holiday. He came specifically to play in the US Open. What would it mean? What would it mean to you to win today?
Open, US Open, maybe win. Very beautiful.
He would feel beautiful. He would be very happy if he won. I know, because I spoke to him earlier on the way down here. It would mean a lot to him to win. It would be the biggest event he's ever won. It would be awesome. And you'd go to Las Vegas?
Maybe. 100%.
If you win.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, look, best of luck. Shoot well, and I look forward to watching the match. Good luck. All right, guys, we're going to stream straight away. Don't go anywhere. Start liking and sharing the page. A big thank you to our sponsors, Kamui, Predator Cues, City Heroes, and on behalf of our partnership with Matchroom Sports, CueWorld Events, we hope you enjoy the stream. If you do enjoy the stream, please like and share. We want to break records today in Australia. And I'll be seeing you in a moment behind the microphone. Bye for now.
And a warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jamie Williams. I'm back in the hot seat with Mr. Barry Mavros. Some great interviews there, Barry, and this is going to be a fantastic match.
Oh, is it ever? Is it ever going to be a fantastic match? We've got two gun players in this match.
I was expecting you to bust into a bit of translation there, you know, Barry the translator.
I wanted to, but I thought, you know what, he is a man of few words anyway, and let's let his actions speak for themselves.
Well, of course, I'm sure he's going to let the Q do the talking this afternoon.
He's very determined. He would love to win this event. We had a discussion about this earlier this morning. We drove down together. As you know, we've been staying with me, and he was just saying how he would love to win this event. He'd love to represent Australia overseas in this event.
Absolutely, and what a great opportunity this is, and a great, I'd be very flattered to do such a thing. A very close lag there we saw, Barry. Your family member there just getting ahead in the lag. And he's going to break up first, just resetting the scores on the top of the table. There he is, and getting ready to break off for the first frame.
Well, look, if you're asking me before this match, Jamie, about who the favourite is for this match, there's no doubt that Marco Teutscher is the heavy favourite. He's top 40 in the world at the moment. He's trained over in Holland. He's a seasoned professional. He really is something else. He's the best break in the room, has the best record, blah, blah, blah. This is all on paper, though. When it happens, you know, the matches aren't won on paper about how good you are and who you are. It's won on the felt. So for me, it'll be about who makes the least mistakes, who breaks the best, who runs the balls, and who controls the table. And I have to tip Marco Teutscher slight favourite in this match. But not to say that it can't be done.
Absolutely, Barry. Slightly younger player.
27 years of age.
Just said himself, he's in good shape, he's fit, he eats good food, he obviously practices, gets a lot of table time. 27, younger, born 1992, 1st of February, so he's just had his birthday. He's had a few good wins back in New Zealand as well, and he's been situated over there for a couple of years now, but originally from Holland. Saw him practicing before the game. Had his headphones on, Barry, before the game. He was listening to some music, and also said he listens to some motivational, sort of pick-me-ups before he plays, puts his headphones on and gets lost in those. Plays a safety on that first shot there on the one.
Well, we had a bit of a loose rack in that first frame, and we're going to be having Stuart Rogers racking the balls from this point on. We have Langer, he's our timekeeper. You'll see this big guy hanging in the wings. He's a timekeeper. There's a 40-second shot clock for this match, which will change things. I'm not sure how familiar Antonias Kakaris is playing with a shot clock. Well, that's an excellent kick from Tony.
Look at where.
Wow, but
I thought that was going to sneak past them and land behind it.
No,
but
it's not too bad. It's landed just past the middle pocket. He'll take that.
Can he take that, or is the three ball in the way? No, we can see it.
You can see it, but at least he hasn't given up a shot. So Mr. Langer, Lord Langer, is our timekeeper. He'll be keeping a 40-second shot clock, and the players get a warning with 10 seconds to go. He'll be watching the time. Good on you, Langer. He's just signaling to me. He's like, he's on it. He's on it.
Got the clock firmly in his hand.
15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Little bit of a cut back in here. He wants to avoid this 8 ball as well when he comes back down the table for the 2. Marco really having a good look at this.
He just uses extension. We're getting 1 extension per frame of 40 seconds. And he's just used it now because he just wants to make sure to think of a good safety here. Let's see what Marco comes up with. Now, Marco, when it comes to safety, there is none better in the room. He's a different level altogether. So let's see what he comes up with. You know what?
One ball's coming back down here.
This is no good. This is not a good safety shot at all. He's got away with it because the one's landed on the white.
Might just be able to just trickle off the side of this one, possibly put the try and put the white down behind the green ball and the brown ball, possibly. Although if he doesn't, let's see what he does here.
You might use the 2, 5, and 3 as blockers here. Let's have a look what he does. He's not getting there. He's not getting there. This
he's
is
left it
terrible.
open.
Oh, look at his face. He's in absolute agony. Because he knows. I mean, he knows you cannot give Marco a sniff.
Well, he's certainly got more than a sniff now, Barry.
It's got a whole snort.
A big sniff. I can smell it from here.
Oh, yeah, you can. want to say what a wonderful day we've had so far here today. It's just lovely commentating with you, Jamie.
Thank you very much, Barry.
Why did we wait 10 years to do this again for?
Mate, it's been a long time sitting with you. It's like being in a mother's womb. Nowhere I'd be more comfortable. So this 2-ball's flying through the middle of these. Sorry. Yes. Through the middle of the green and the brown into the pocket. Can see this happening. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, and you know, if we can make that combination, 4-7 combination, it's going to be 1-0 Marco, and with a chance to control the balls.
3 in the middle, striking down on the bottom of the ball. Looks like he's going to hold that white. Does so lovely. Was watching him hit the balls before when he had his headphones on. Wow, he can get some action on that white ball. Really can.
He hits this ball so smooth. Peter Janos is saying, go Madrida, which means come on, fellow countrymen.
The Greeks sticking together here. Again, lovely action he's got on there. He's using a Revo on a...
Molinari cue.
Molinari, is
beautiful. Molinari are his sponsors, and he sells Molinari gloves, Molinari everything. So, look, he's done all the hard work now in this rack. All he has to do is just put it together. And you're not going to see many errors from a guy like Marco. I guarantee you. They're going to be few and far between, so you have to take the opportunity when it comes to it. And Marco has been kind of like on and off this tournament, but now that he's playing... Oh, he's gone a bit too far on that shot. Wow. I was not expecting that. Still, his ability is to make this, but you know what? This is the type of shot where if your opponent leaves you this shot, you're happy to take it. But when you set yourself up poorly on a shot like this, there's a bit of pressure now on it.
That makes 100%, but because it's not where you wanted to leave yourself. Having said that, getting left in this position is
yes.
I'll take this, and you'll get it. And you're more likely to miss it when you leave yourself in that position.
100%, and it's the first frame. This is a big ball.
Well, he's got it.
Plum,
it's in.
Plum.
He's come twice over, though.
He's
come twice over. He's signalled with his hand there. He knew that he'd potted that there. You could see him shaking his hand. He gestured as well.
He's going to make him play this.
Well, this is 9-ball. You pot out until the end, and you end up giving the frame away, you know?
Well, you know what? The table has been playing tight, so you make everyone play everything.
So to anyone that might have just joined in, that's 1-0 to our friend Tony Kakaris. Am I saying that right, Barry? Kakaris?
Kakaris. But don't even try.
I just did.
No. Kakaris.
And I think I firmly pulled it off.
Try it again.
Kakaris.
No. Kakaris.
Kakaris, like with a G.
It's like the Greek K's are like a G, yes.
Oh, okay. Kakaris.
It's like my name in Greek is a P, but it sounds like a B. Baris.
Say again.
Baris.
Baris.
Yeah, but when you yell out to me, you say Bari. Sounds like Barry.
Yep.
But like a Greek saying it.
Is there a Baz in Greece? Would you shorten it ever?
No, you wouldn't shorten it. It's like a two-syllable name.
So winner breaks. He's taking the second break here.
Hopefully he wants to do better than the first. The first break was like a... There you go. That's a real rack.
And he's got a ball, has he?
Mr. Stuart Rogers racks him nice and tight.
Pots the 3-ball. And he didn't have a great record in the last match, did he, with potting balls from the break? But he's started off strong here.
Well,
he's got a ball.
Mr. Stuart Rogers he was practicing his racking skills earlier, and I have to say he's known as Stuart the Rack Runner Rogers. He should also be known as Stuart the Tight Rack Runner Rogers. Rack
runner is in. He racks them up and then he runs off.
Yeah.
Just in case he's hot racked them.
So Tony's just used his extension just now.
So both players using their extensions, funny enough, in the first shot that they have at the table.
Well, that's actually usually the trend because he just wants to make sure he can... Is he playing the 1-9? Is this the 1-9 combination available?
No, I don't think so. I think that one's flying in there.
He must be playing...
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
He's on that too. Lovely.
Well,
nice
this table
control
is
there.
very runnable. And you know, we're yet to see a pack. Now, how do you feel if you're Marco? That extra bounce he got off that top rail, and he landed out of position, and he had to cut that black. He made the black, and he went in off with the white. That was off from the positional shot, and now he got punished by losing the first frame. And if he's got breaking runs, that's a 2-pane frame punishment.
I was thinking, look, he potted the black up the cushion, but then he's bounced right. I was thinking more he might just kill that white a little bit onto the black and then have the white just come over once. But look, I'm not at the table. The guys are of a much higher caliber than I am, so... But I wasn't expecting to come twice over like that.
Well, he had to because he was really thin, so he had to go once, twice back.
And of course, they are very springy.
It's a very quick...
springy cushions.
It's very quick, and actually, Tony is slightly out of position now. He's low on this 5. He's about 6-7 inches lower than what he wanted to be. So now this shot has become a test. It's similar to what I said earlier. When you put yourself in those positions, yes, thank you very much. You put pressure on yourself, but yeah, he's fine. He's on the 6. He knows in the back of his mind to put your mind in the mind of Tony Kakaris. He's a Greek fighter warrior. He's like a Spartan warrior on the table, and he firmly believes that this game, is won not just with your skills, but also with the decisions that you make on the table. And he knows that he wants to punish Marco for the mistake he made earlier.
It's a nice
he wants
shot
to
there.
burn that in his mind, that he missed up. He gave him a ball in hand. He missed position on the black. He wants to say, this is going to cost you at least 2 racks.
Yes. And with any good player, it should, especially if you're breaking.
Well, in all fairness, for him to win this match, he has to get off to a good start. In all fairness. He cannot let Marco get away from him.
Well, he looks like he's putting a bit of top on this, or is he? Yes, he's going to
Top
play
with
on.
right-hand spin.
He's
2
going to
rails.
play
1,
on there.
2. Beautiful shot.
Nice pace on that.
Uh-oh.
Lands nice. He wants to be just on this side of the black, doesn't he? So just so he can get that angle to be down the table.
How good is his speed on this table?
It's very nice. White's quite close to the cushion, which means he's going to have to try and get under it.
This is a bit of a tester.
So he's going to be raising the back of the cue a little bit with this shot.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tester. He's got to hit this plum. He's going to force his 2 rails. No, it's
Bit of bottom left-hand side.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice. Very nice.
Look at that.
So,
He's so unorthodox on the table, isn't he? Like his body movement.
a little
It's
bit unorthodox.
Yes.
Absolutely. I said that in the last match. He seems a little bit almost, not jerky, but he
springs up.
He picks up his
Yeah.
he picks up his head quite quickly.
It's remarkable he has such touch on the table.
Yes. Yes.
2-0. Score is now 2-0 in favour of Tony.
Stuart racking him up again, using a traditional rack rather than a magic rack, Barry. What?
Yes, well, this is the thing with this particular event. We've had specific requests from Matchroom on how to run the event, and basically the top 8 players are playing without any magic racks.
Okay.
So the top last matches are played without magic racks. So it'll be hand racked by an official, which is
Yes.
Stuart Rogers at the moment.
Right.
And there's another timekeeper, which is Langer Solafoni.
And the advantages of that, just for fairness, just for
There's no real advantage because with a
magic
With
rack.
a magic rack, you guarantee the perfect rack every time.
Yes.
And the players can more or less kind of estimate what's happening. And plus, when they're also touching the balls themselves, they can also play certain balls in a particular way.
Of course.
With an official, they're completely random. And with a triangle, even though you try your very best, there's always cracks in the pack. And the players are more than welcome to go and inspect for cracks.
Yes.
The cracks, if you're a knowledgeable player, you can read them and you can work out a break to try and make a ball easier.
Right.
You can actually read the patterns.
Takes longer time to rack with the triangle as well.
Of course it does, because you need to get them down pat.
And as soon as you lift that triangle, you know yourself, one ball just moves out a little bit. You've got to go back there. You've got to try it again.
Well, basically what I believe it does, it stops people from running 6 or 7 break and runs in a row,
Right.
basically just by doing soft breaks, which is what Corey Jewell fashioned a long time ago. Do we have a 1-9 combo on here?
Could be Barry. He's
I don't know
potted
if
the
he can go over
2.
the 3 ball.
Made the 2 into the corner pocket off the break.
But what it does, Jamie, is it makes for a more irregular game, and it means that safety play is more essential.
Right.
Because you'll get more, opponents will get more and more chance at the table. This is a winner break format, and it's very hard. We're yet to see a 4 or 5 pack. But like I said, Marco the other day did do a 6 pack in this club.
That was
the
amazing.
very first night he came down.
Amazing. So Marco's staring right down the barrel of this 1-9 combo. No one's going to be able to see this as good as Marco can. He's sat right behind it.
Oh, this is going to hurt. If he makes this ball, he's going to think, man, that in-off just cost me 2
No.
racks.
It was
No.
quite a way away, actually.
Yeah, he's got a safety out of it.
He's got a safe.
Second prize.
Well, he's tapping the table there to apologise.
That's a funny thing, isn't it, when you apologise to your
Is
opponent?
it? Oh,
Do you
the next
really-
question. Is it something that you do, Barry?
Me,
Or
no,
do you,
no.
No?
I actually smile at him.
Right.
Like, hey, I just flicked a safe.
Because some players have different thoughts about. I remember the great, good friend of mine and yours, Jonathan Kalija, once said to me, he
got
said,
this from me.
I'm very careful
He
about
got
the
this
way
from me. He got
about
this
good
from
luck.
me.
He said,
Yes.
I'm very careful. I don't say to players good luck, I say good game.
Yes.
He said, because you know what? If the truth be known, and you have to agree with this, you don't want them to have good luck. Do you really?
Why lie? That's why I say, why lie to them and yourself?
Yes.
Just be honest.
Yes.
Shake their hand and say, I hope
Have
you
a
miss
good
every
game.
single ball.
Well,
It's the honest
a
truth.
little bit unsportsmanlike,
But
but
when you fluke a ball and you say, oh, I'm sorry, are you really sorry?
no, of course you're not, Barry. You're elated inside.
Absolutely.
You're
That's
just
why I
saying,
don't say
sit back down.
I don't say anything anymore. No.
Sit
This
back
is
down.
that's a
I'm
very
going again.
snooker, It's a very snooker thing back from the 80s. Steve Davis, you know,
Yes.
the glory days of snooker. That when the people were gentlemen like on the table. But 9-ball pool is...
Well,
there's
it's
nothing
more
gentleman
of a
about it.
bar game, isn't it? More of a cutthroat, more of a.
On the final levels, it's really a mind game. On the final levels, it's a mind game. It's not a public level anymore. It was 20, 30, 40 years ago, but especially the last 10 years, with the cues that we have now and the rules and the organised sport throughout Europe and America.
Yes. And the general conditions are a lot better than they used to be, aren't they?
The skill level is so high.
Cloths are finer. The
high.
balls are made of. They're just better quality. The cues, obviously, low deflection and all the technology
Players,
that's
a
used.
lot of the European players are paid from their governments to train full time.
Wow.
That's their full-time job. There's a good kick shot here. Oh, too hard.
So there's been a few
No.
kicks back and forward there.
That's no good. That's not good.
But
Not
he's
gonna be
on.
happy with that.
No, Marco isn't.
No, not at all. Now, I don't know why we're both standing up. We've got cameras in front of us.
I know, but the
We're standing up
table's,
because it's so difficult to see what he's going to do
the
next.
table's two
what
tables
do you
away.
think he's going to do next? Play 2 rails backwards for the 3? Or go
I reckon
forwards?
bit of well, it looks like he's shooting down on the white. Possibly, I might even go top right off 2 cushions and back round
This is
for
a lot
the.
of force. Oh, he's gone 1 rail
Okay,
for the 3 ball. It's just kept it simple.
he has.
Why not?
He has.
Why do too much and miss the shot? To be honest, I don't really like the shot he just played because he's on the rail now. He's rolling the 3 ball. The 4 is 1 mile away on the other side of the table.
All he can hit is the top of the ball, so naturally the white's going to carry on, but he doesn't want that. Obviously, if he's going to be shooting for the pink next, which is up the other end of the table on the cushion as well, so it's going to take a bit of cutting in, Barry. He's used the black to stop him a little bit, but still that white's carried on.
This shot, the 4, is not easy. I'm just going to leave you alone for a moment while I get our broadcast ready.
So this is not an easy shot. This is actually one of my specialties, this kind of shot, especially when it's tighter than this and that pink ball's on that rail. You sort of miss the ball and with plenty of inside and you clip it on the way back out. And with that kind of shot, you can get any cut along the cushion. But
Played that with inside English and it's just dropped.
yes.
Needs a kiss on this 9 note. No, he's out of position.
So
He's upset, but he's got a great angle to play a good safety shot.
doing that inside English shot, like I was saying before, and I'm glad that he did that because it is one of my favourite shots, is often, especially when you're doing it for the length of the table, an extreme cut in, there's often a good chance of you scratching in one of the bottom pockets. There's so many times I've played that shot and scratched in the bottom pocket.
Yes,
but he had
if you
more of
find
an
it in the
angle.
wrong space.
Correct. He had more of an angle there, so it didn't happen. But
This is supposed to be a safety shot. It worked out all right.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Possibly even leave the white ball behind the green ball here, Barry.
So if you guys are out there at home and you like our link, please like and share. Share with all your friends and family. We want to get our viewers up.
Marco with the safe, doing that, what I said, trying to leave the white anyway behind that green ball.
That's no good.
He's on.
He's played 2 loose safety shots
He's
the last
on.
2 frames.
So we could be
That's no
talking
good.
about 3-0 here, Barry.
Yes, we could. And that's dream scenario for Team Greece over here, for Team Kakaris. Kakaris. My apologies.
Kakaris.
Hello, Mr. Ramo Teaser.
Ramo.
Teaser is watching
I
from
was
Thailand.
I was about to say beforehand, Marco actually reminds me a little bit of Ramo. He's not quite as stocky, not quite as wide in the shoulder, but he's got the same kind of hair, same kind of skin tone, and of course he's from Europe. So Tony playing the top, bit of top left hand, coming back round a couple of cushions there for this 7 ball in the corner pocket. Do say hello to me and Barry if you're watching live right now. Pop us a little message online. We'll give you a shout out. Any questions you need to ask, please feel free. Nice
look,
shot.
This is
nice
perfect.
shot.
This is dream case scenario 4.
Now, where's he going to hit this? Is
For
it
Tony.
in the middle or up the top? I think up the top with a little bit of screw here, Barry.
He's going to screw back, come run around, try and find one diamond above there, right there. He's looking good, isn't he? He's looking solid. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Nikos Economopoulos.
He reminds me, Barry, a little bit of you.
Well, we do look very similar.
Yes. So that's 3-0 there, comfortably as well.
And even the way we play pool with our bridge hands and the way we move is very similar as well. But that's because we had, very similar fundamentals a while back.
We've got Carl Weng Tang, who's just said the same thing. That's what I said yesterday when I saw Marco. Reminds me of Ramo.
Well, they're both very good-looking young men.
Absolutely. Both have names ending with O.
I hadn't thought of that.
Quick
Gee,
observation.
intelligent.
Oh,
Wow.
mate,
Wow.
honestly.
If I had your observatory skills,
Mate,
I would work in somewhere with microscopes. I don't know. Obviously, I'm...
Talking about microscopes, I'm just trying to read some of these messages on the
Yes,
screen.
I'm going to get us a bigger screen because I can't read it either. I'm just, 42-year-old eyes.
So Alex Kousas there. Hello, Alex. How
He
are
says,
you?
Opa Hellas.
So what does Hellas mean? Because I noticed that's
Hellas
written.
is Greece.
That's written on the back of his shirt there.
That's Greece. Like you would write Australia or Holland.
Okay.
That's
Hellas.
how you write. That's how you write Greece. In Greek, we're not called Greek. In Greek, it's scratch.
Oh, he hasn't. And look at that for a lead.
No. Look at this. Look
I
at
think
this.
actually might be able to pop that one in there.
Millimeters. Had that dropped, he's in trouble. It hasn't dropped, he's okay.
Barry, do you think you can see that? I think he might be able to drop that one in the corner.
I can't tell. Camera 2
Yeah,
might
he's
say a
going
better
for it.
story. He's trying.
Yeah, he can just get
I think
that.
he can cut this in. No, Hellas in Greek, it's Hellas. Hellas is Greece.
Yes.
That's how you say the country.
So I worked for a
If
couple
you're
of Greek,
you're called Elinas.
and I noticed Greek people say Ella to each other, but
That's
when
different. That's a different word
when they
altogether.
address each other as
Ella
a mate.
means hello, like come. Come
okay.
here.
Yep.
Or hi. In that
Okay.
way, it's slang.
A little bit of a Greek rundown there by Mr. Barry Mavros.
I do speak the language. I lived there for 10 years.
Yes. Had a pool hall, came back here,
Yes.
run amok.
Oh,
Well, he's taken the one. Has he got it? He hasn't.
you know what? He hit
So?
that too thick, which
One-
means that he actually hit it. He could hit that thinner.
Possibly. Look, he might be able to take this one here and open up this three at the same time. Do you reckon? Possibly a little bit of left-hand side off the one cushion and back down into the black and the
You
three.
know, that's actually a really good idea.
Get rid of it. Open it up now.
All depends on how much you can see.
Yes. Well, the one might be too much on the left-hand side of the pocket.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he's
what
got
he's
it.
done.
Or he's tried to anyway.
Well, look, he's dislodged him enough. I think that the three might pass. If it doesn't pass, it's in the perfect position for a good safety shot.
Will that three move past the black and the pink?
Alex Cruz just saying, hello to Jamie. Hello,
Hey.
Jonathan Collegia. We're just talking about you, Mr. Jolie.
We were, Jono. You just missed us talking about you.
We're talking about you and your philosophies on the pool table.
Philosophies. We were talking about the good luck and when to use it before matches or when not to use it, John.
And when you fluke a ball, Jonathan, do you say, oh, I'm sorry to your opponent and wave your hand around, or do you say nothing? And why?
Yes.
Interesting conversation. What do you guys think out there at home? Leave your comments down below. Do you say, yes, I'm sorry to your opponents, so you be a polite gentleman? Or do you quietly walk off smoking to yourself thinking, oh, I've got to make that one?
I remember years ago, this was going back, God, I think this must be going back sort of 10 years. And you and Jono were having an interview at the Bald-Faced Stag pub in Leichhardt.
I remember that interview,
after
yes.
league.
Yes.
And you said, Jono, and I watched this back several times. I kept rewinding it a couple of seconds. Jono's face just made me crack up. And you said, one of the great things that we do in our team at the Freaks is not only do we congratulate each other after we win, but we congratulate each other after we lose. And just as you went to say that, Jono cut you off and went, shh, don't tell them.
Don't tell them our secrets.
Exactly.
No, because in a team event, I deserve every fluke I get. That's true, Jonathan, you too, buddy. In a team event,
Well, it's good for morale, isn't it?
your
Nice shot.
Your teammate is trying his very hardest to win the match. And if he didn't win the match, why put him down by not even giving him a fist bump? He was trying at least. You know, even when you miss a ball, you feel bad inside you missed the ball, but you were trying your best. You weren't trying not to miss. Sorry, you weren't trying to miss. You're trying to play your best shot.
Of course.
So why not congratulate him? This game, 9-ball, like I said, it's not played on paper, it's played on the table. And on paper, yes, there can only be one winner, it'll be Marco Teutscher. Goes without saying.
Of
but on
course.
the table at the moment, we're seeing
A polar
Tony
opposite.
dominating the table and playing really good safeties. And it's hard to get a good player off his break. Right now, he won the lag. And the lag is so important because it gives you the first chance.
Oh, it was a silly miss there. He's not
That's
going
that ball I was talking about. And
And,
this
down
is
the
a
cushion as
turning
well.
point right now. That's a turning point right now. That's a silly, silly miss.
So we've got 3-0, 3-1 or 4-0. Much better, bit of a swinging point this
3-1
match.
and 4-0 is huge difference.
Absolutely.
When you're 4 behind someone, it's different being 2 behind. It's a huge difference.
Yes. So,
And
you know,
Marco is very capable of putting 6-pack together, man.
Yes. I've
Michael Roney
destroyed a few
says-
6-packs, but not put them together.
Okay. Michael Roney says, I say sorry with a smile on my face. Well, that's like, you know, you say sorry when you're smiling. Oh, my God. Marco just miscued.
Did he?
Oh, my goodness. Did we get that on camera? That's called a miscue, Todd. Wow. You know when that happens? When you're snatching a little bit too much tension in your back arm? I think he's feeling it right now, Jamie. He's going to be feeling it. That's a huge let-off. How do you feel now?
Here
when
we
you're
go.
Tony, you've made your first mistake, and your opponent does a mistake straight back at you. Wow.
Not what you'd expect from a player of his caliber. Also, a shaft of his caliber that he's using. So he's
the Revo shaft. Yes,
yes, and
well,
he's just taken a tip tool out of his case there and had a bit of a tweak with his tip.
Danny Gilligan says, "I just a flick of the hand to acknowledge that I fluked the ball, but I'm not really sorry." Luck works both ways. Jason Dye says, "I say I'm sorry, but no one believes me."
And so they shouldn't, Jason. And so they shouldn't.
Absolutely. Gee, isn't it wonderful? We were streaming many, many years ago, and we had to film matches and then do the commentary after the match was over.
I remember that post-match commentary. We used to do it at Kimmo's house.
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes we did it at Jono's house.
And then we'd have to upload it. That was back in the day when the internet was still young.
We had Jing in post-production
Yes,
back then.
Yes.
I
used to do, from my club, I used to film the matches and then by myself later on have to do commentary on my own and then upload it much later to my YouTube channel.
A lot of work goes into these broadcasts.
That's a
Tony,
very
lovely
good
shot
kick.
there, two-cushioned kick.
Two-cushioned kick.
Nearly made the fluky ball in the middle.
Nearly.
Could have even gone for it, but anyway.
Okay, Jonathan Gillage asked an interesting question. How long is the shot clock between shots? It's 40 seconds, Jonathan. So these players get 40 seconds. They get a warning at 10, and they're allowed one extension per frame.
What we've seen, Jono, is in the last couple of frames, they've had their extensions very early on. Actually, the first shot each. So, little cheeky snooker there by Marco.
Well, both players have got away with murder, personally.
Is he a good jump player, your friend Tony?
Yes, he is, yes.
Because this is very jumpable, I think, isn't it?
But he's right-handed. But because the distance is so close and you have to go up and down quickly, I don't think he'll take this on.
Do you play very well left-handed, Barry?
I am left-handed.
Oh, sorry. Do you play very good right-handed then?
Yeah, but I'm ambidextrous. So I do.
Okay.
I write with my
Do you
right
play
hand.
good with your feet?
I play, yes. To be honest, I play good with all my joints.
Well, he's left him on there. He's kicked to come out of that.
He's left him on, but he knows that the 5 and the 9 on the opposite side of the table.
Correct.
So what's he really going to do? You know, can he really screw back through the gap between the black and the 6 and then open him up?
It's a big ask. I mean, can he create an angle to play with right-hand side to come round and possibly he might be hitting the ball into the cushion
forward
to do that. So
he's going to go forward with top right-hand spin.
loads of top side.
Oh, wow. This will be some shot, this one, if he works it out. This is
Oh,
some
he's on
shot.
the way. He's on the
This
way.
is some shot.
Oh, what a
Wow,
shot.
what a great shot, but
a little bit too close to his work there, I reckon, mate.
Good point. Very, very good point.
It's a good shot, though.
A little close to his work. And at least he...
A little bit of left, right-hand side, I think, to just come off. Oh, no. Excuse me. Got that wrong.
Else. How important is safety at the highest level, isn't it? Watching these two warriors of the sport competing, it seems like the tide has shifted. As I said earlier, I'm right-handed. Yes.
That's an interesting point there, Michael. Michael's saying he's right-handed when he plays darts, but left-handed, right-handed dart player, right-handed, but play pool left-handed.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
that's
just like
interesting.
me. Because when I was a child, Michael, I was left-handed, and then my parents made me write my right hand. So basically, you kind of develop those skills. But I love playing.
Oh, get
Look at
behind
this.
that green.
Oh,
Unlucky.
no. Almost
You see,
a touch of brilliance there.
I'm right-handed, Barry, but when I hold a golf club or I hold a cricket bat, I hold it left-handed.
Wow.
I put the wrong hand above the right, and everyone that knows the sport says to me, hang on, you've got the wrong hand above. But I can't switch it round. It's not comfortable.
Whatever works, my man.
Exactly. We're all different. We're funny creatures, us
Cole
earthlings.
Hoggett, who do you reckon he's pulling for? He's saying, come on, Marco Teutscher, you got this, bro. Massey, are you behind?
Massey are behind you.
Massey is a group in New Zealand.
Oh, I see.
They do promotions, pool promotions.
Lovely shot.
Beautiful
Lovely shot there. Back
Well,
up for the 6.
This is going to be painful because, I'll tell you what's going to be painful. Tony made a mistake, right? And then Marco let him right off the hook. Then Tony let Marco back in again. And there was some good little safety battle there, but
Yes.
in the day, he got out on top.
Bit of back and forward, but Marco back on top in this frame and in control. Nice shot.
He doesn't want to
He
land.
doesn't want to be too straight on this. He wants an angle to be able to...
He's kind of be bridging over the 9 ball. But I
yeah, he
think he'll
might
be
have to
fine.
just play top left instead and come back over towards sort of the middle pocket.
Well, the great thing for him is that the 9 ball's basically
Oh, no,
over
he's
the
screwing.
back, so he doesn't have to worry too much about position.
He is screwing.
Just going to make sure
Well,
he can get a nice shot at this black ball. And this
doing the
is,
same thing again now.
This is really far from his work. And he's bridging over the 9 ball. I don't like this.
No,
He would have been better off just leaving the white ball exactly where it was, like just doing a stop shot.
of course. Well, at least he would have a firm shot on the white.
Where he is now, Todd, where he is now, he's going to be bridging over the 9. He's going to make the shot 3 times, maybe 5 times as hard.
Yes, and he doesn't have much of an angle. He's going to... Was he going to play this forward?
Yeah, he's
Pop
gonna
that
have-
8 and have to come back off the top? Because
This is a very missable
he's
shot.
very
Even
far away to generate so much screw back.
even for a player of his caliber, this is a tricky shot, especially when you're 3-0 down. If it was 3-0 up, it'd be a lot easier.
Nice
Oh,
shot.
never a
But
doubt.
then again,
Never a doubt. What a great cueist. He's a beautiful cueist.
that was
isn't he?
lovely. Lovely.
Wow, what a cueist. Under pressure as well. He's under pressure, 3-0 down. And now Marco Teutscher has opened up his account with a very nice out. A couple of tricky little shots here and there.
There was.
But he's pulled through, and he is now going to be breaking to try and reduce his deficit. Score is now 3-1 in favour of Tony. But you know what? That was, like I said earlier, he was bridging over the 9. That was a difficult shot.
Yes.
Not the hardest shot you could make, but considering the circumstance, being 3-0 down and putting yourself there, like we said earlier, there's a lot of pressure on that shot.
We've got Langer having a chat with both players. I noticed him putting his hand on their shoulders while he was talking to them and addressed them both individually, separately. I wonder what he was saying there. Could have been something to do with the time, Barry, or... but he was really getting a message across there. He's giving us a thumbs up. I'm not sure what that means. But...
Wow, what a shot that was in the black again. I just, like, I know how difficult that shot is, especially under the circumstances, 3-0 down. And, yeah, he just made it look so easy. So smooth. Such a smooth cueist. He's just specifying, he's just saying to Stuart, mate, I know you're doing your very best to rack the balls, but the ball's moved when you move the triangle.
Right, not good enough. Wants it to be redone. And, of course, you only want the very best for yourself. We've got Kimmo back online. Jono was earlier. Gemma's here. Hello, Gemma. How are you?
Guys, if you're out there and you like the stream, please like and share. We're trying to break records today. We want to break over 100 live players, 100 live viewers, which I think we'll do very well. Remember, our very last match of the day, the final, will be uploaded and streamed straight to Matchroom Sport.
That's
So
brilliant.
that's going to be a huge, lot more extra people that we don't normally have access to.
Yes, and
We'll
a
be
brilliant
hearing-
platform as well, Barry.
Absolutely. We'll be hearing Jamie Williams and Barry Mavrills' wonderful voices penetrating their eardrums.
Velvet tones, I like to call them, Barry. Velvet tones. I think that 2 ball might have covered up the 1. I'm not sure there. We might see a push. The 7 ball might be in the way as well. We've got Karen Sayich. Hello, Karen. Is there sound? Oh, that's not very nice to hear, is it?
Is there sound?
Are we being heard, Barry?
Can you guys out there hear us at all? Do we have sound? Looks like we have sound.
Okay, we've been asked by Karen Sayich over in Perth if we have sound.
Can anybody hear us out there? If you can, just leave a comment down below.
Yes, please do, because we've actually just done some really good commentary there, Barry, and it might have been to no avail.
I really hope that's not the case. Let me just check my phone. Marco's bridge is worth learning, Peter Janos says. If anybody's watching the match, please leave a comment. Can you hear us? Mark Butler, can you hear us?
Yes,
oh, yes,
sound.
we have sound. Thank goodness.
Thank you. Is it crystal clear there, Alex?
That was a heart-beating moment there.
Brilliant. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Danny.
Pouring our heart and souls into this match.
Sound is perfect. Lovely.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So, back to business. I missed what happened on the one ball there. Was too concerned with the sound of our own voices, Barry.
Oh, jeez.
The one ball.
The vanity of the commentators. So, yeah, he's got a, I think you can see the edge of the one. So, yeah, he's looking at perhaps playing a two-way shot where he thins the one towards the three and uses the nine to stop the white, possibly even making the nine ball.
Absolutely.
That's what I love.
Always a possibility.
That's what I love about nine ball pool in particular. You can play not just one-way and two-way shots, you can also play three-way shots. And this situation, this is very much a two-way shot here. He's playing safety and aggression at the same time. Let's see if it works out for the young man.
Always reminds me of the great shot that David Roljic did, the two-way shot in the World Cup of pool, which he said was no fluke. Do you remember that?
No fluke.
It
I've asked him before about this.
Absolutely no fluke. And talking about the World Cup of pool, that's going to be coming to Sydney soon on the 6th and 7th of April. It's going to be the qualifiers. So obviously some players, a player's going to go from Australia to the World Cup of pool, a doubles partnership, obviously, nine ball Scotch doubles as per usual. And that's going to be broadcast here by CueWorld, and it's going to be on matchroom.com as well, Barry.
Yes, it is. It's going to be the biggest event of the year after this one.
City Heroes as well, live and exclusive.
That's a Scotch doubles event, so grab your partner down. It's a staggered entry fee as well, so if you're of a high ability and more chance of winning,
yep,
you'll be paying more money.
Okay.
Standard. But
well, that makes sense.
Well, what that does is it allows all the weaker players to grab their mate and come on down and play with the big boys.
You never know what could happen.
I was talking about this earlier to some players in depth. Grab your mates, your budding players. Yeah, they're B and C grade players.
Yes.
But you're going to be playing at a fraction of the cost everybody else is. You're contributing to our boys going overseas to play in this event.
Yep.
Whether you win or lose.
Yes.
And you might snag a game, but at very least you're going to get experience playing with great players and you'll pick up tips.
Yes, absolutely. And you can't buy that kind. Well, you can buy that kind of experience, obviously. But I mean, what I'm saying is,
you can buy that kind of experience.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't. It's experience that you don't find very often at all. To play in a room with such good players, get tips. Really feel what it's like to play under the pressure, under the lights, and possibly even in front of the cameras. So welcome to pool. If we're moving forward throughout the year, there's actually a lot of other big events coming up, Barry. You've got the 9-ball Masters in May, from the 17th to the 19th of May, the 9-ball Masters. Then we've got the old Master and Apprentice. Have you played in that one before, Barry?
I was one of the people that came up with the concept along with Stuart. Well, actually, Stuart is the brainchild.
Yes.
I added the charity event suggestion to Stu. We should make a charity event. And Stuart labelled it the Master and the Apprentice event. And this year all of us were playing for charity. So the Masters that are invited are the top players in the Diamond League. And, basically. And along with Fargo rate and their results. And they'll be partnered up with a apprentice. That apprentice can actually bid for the player that he wants.
It's a nice shop.
And then all the money just goes to charity. So we're helping our children, and we're having a great time. But again, you're partnered up with a top-class player. You will learn playing Scotch doubles with them.
Yes.
So if Justin Sage is your favourite player and you bid for him, you get to play with him and possibly win the tournament. But also you get that experience. And take it from me, you can learn a lot from a master.
Also, Barry, it's interesting to know, is there a handicap that an apprentice cannot be above?
Yes, it will be this year. Last year we're still fine-tuning the events, because last year we allowed all players of different handicaps up to a certain level. I think it was 6 or 7 to bid. But what ended up happening was top 15 grade players like Justin and a couple of the other ones, Ramo, they actually had higher handicap players playing with them. And the other ones that were 12 and 10 masters were playing with lower handicap players.
Okay.
So it's really unfair.
Yes.
So we're going to stagger that as well to try and even it out. So basically we're going to try and make it as fair as possible. And like I said, all the money will be donated to charity. And for me personally, that's the gem. That's the gem of our tournaments throughout the course of the year, is the Master and Apprentice tournaments.
And that's brilliant, given the making big donations to charity there. There's giving back and there's giving back, and that's certainly doing so.
Just want to say a big special thank you to my cousin Leon Hajibaraskeva. Γεια σου ξαδερφάκι μου, χρόνια πολλά. happy birthday. I know it was your birthday yesterday and I didn't call you. I was going to call you on about 6 different occasions, and I kept. I was actually competing yesterday. But yeah, it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, cousin Leon.
Happy birthday, cousin Leon.
He runs the fish market there at East Gardens.
Okay.
Westfield's East Gardens.
Oh, yes.
Best display in Sydney.
I've been in there before. I must pop in there. My work has a kitchen there.
He also looks a bit like me.
Okay, I'll look out for him,
I worked in there with him for a few weeks, and people kept getting us confused. He's about Tony's size, about 110 kilos, big guy.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's good looking, so of course we look similar.
Oh, of course, Barry, of course.
Goes
It'd be
without
like
saying.
looking in a mirror, wouldn't it?
It's in the genes.
So 2 ball potted in the middle
See,
there by
again,
Marco.
Again, the speed had got away from him a little bit.
And not left himself really. Look, I mean, possible. Is there anything behind that 9 ball there?
Yes,
Is
there's
there
another
10?
ball.
Must be the 8.
There's a black ball there.
He
Is
might be able to
banking?
double the 9 onto the 3 onto the 9.
he's
He's
missed
not,
this.
and he's missed it by a little
And
country mile there.
That's not good. But you know, it appears at first glance not to be good. But really, Tony can't. I don't think he can aggress here. I don't think that 3 ball passes.
What about?
I don't think he can attack.
What
from
about
here.
the 2? What about the 3 onto the 9 onto the 8?
He just got down
The little
to shoot
cut.
this. Oh, he's playing a safety. Nice, clever shot. Nice, clever shot. And he backed up off the table and bumped into Langer.
Did he?
Tony's a big guy, but Langer's a little bit bigger.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be like bumping into a wall. Boom, you wouldn't move. So, Master and Apprentice, that's going to be in July this year. CueWorld Classic again, coming on the 27th and 28th of July.
That's our longest running event for CueWorld. That started all the tournaments about 12, 13 years ago.
Yes, I remember going to one at the LA Tavern out in St Mary's.
That's where it first began, on the 8-footers.
Mm-hmm. First comp I ever went to was actually one of those.
That was my first semi-final ever made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lost on the hill. You'll hear that a lot from me. I lost on the hill.
It's also the first day I ever met Stuart and James.
Great blokes. Done a lot for pool in Australia. Stuart also revived the NSW pool at one stage. From its, he resuscitated it. Okay, but enough about us at the moment. And let's get back to the game, my friend.
Yes.
Tony has to play a good safety shot here, and you know what? That's just not good enough. That's not good enough. He's given him a whole ball to work with, and it's cuttable. It's cuttable.
I think he might be trying to use this. I think he might have a go at using this 4 as a blocker here, landing behind this 4 ball, the pink. Just playing.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and go for
You
the
reckon
cut.
he's going to go for the cut?
Well, these players, they're highly aggressive players.
Yes.
He's caught his extension, and he's looking at it like he's going to go for it.
Yeah,
You
he
know
is
what?
looking down the cushion there.
I love seeing this. I love aggression. That's what I love about Danny Stone's game. And Justin Sage, they're very aggressive players.
I was just reading
on,
something
Marco.
Interesting about Danny,
Cut
but
the paint off
maybe I'll
that
talk
ball.
about it later.
Cut the paint off the ball. Oh, no.
Wow.
That's not...
Did he miss that and hit the cushion first, hit it on the way out?
Yeah, he missed that. He played that with inside English, and it wouldn't react the way
Playing it with inside and hitting the cushion first, I find only works best when the ball is frozen to the cushion and not when it's off the cushion. It's still doable when the white's off, the object ball's off the cushion. It's just not so easy.
That wasn't the
And
best.
it's not an easy shot to play anyway.
Yeah, in hindsight, maybe you should have gone for the safety. So yes, he's on the 4 ball.
Converts a 3 on the 4. Not a tricky shot, really. That green probably just being played down, obviously, to the black afterwards. Brown's over the hole. It's looking good for 4-1. Tony just collecting his chalk off Langer there. Dropped it on the floor in between shots. It fell off the table, but he was so engrossed in his shot that he didn't even see it happen. Taeum chalk, I think he's using. Thank you, Mark Bartlett. I see. Read your point there. We actually said that just before. It's a bit. I don't know. It's unorthodox was a word we used, but I mean, I guess you don't have to always be unorthodox. He does get up off the ball very quickly. Almost. He's got his action. I don't know if to call it jerky, but Sometimes when I see people do that, it reminds me of the old Hurricane Higgins. Bang, the head would come up so quickly after a shot.
What a let-off that was for...
But, I mean, Mark, he only started competing competitively when he was 29 years old, which is late for a player. So I guess he hasn't got them, possibly, and he's only in his mid-30s now, so he hasn't got them...
You're talking about his cue action?
Well, yeah, I mean, the motor skills for some people have been fluid for sort of 25 years at his age, you know. But
in Australia...
He's a late starter.
We're very... Yeah, he was a late starter. But in Australia, we're very much snooker-based in our pool. When you go overseas, especially the Americans, you'll see different types of action.
Lots of hits, more relaxed.
And the good thing for him is he does that twitch after he's shot the shot. It's not during his motion. Watch how low and level his cue is when he strikes the ball. It's ridiculous. His cue is completely level, like Marco's. And when he delivers a cue, it's level. Then at the end, when he's finished delivering, he does a little twitch.
Okay.
So it actually doesn't really affect his cue action. I don't think. It's not affecting anything at the moment. I've got some problems with my screen, so if you guys are writing up messages, give me a moment, try and get my screen to work again. I'm just missing a lot of messages. We are at, I believe, 70 live viewers. But it's just not working for me. So the score now is currently 4 frames to 1. We've got Mr. Rack Runner Rogers over there. The rack setter.
Well, it's taking him. He's really taking his time over this, and the players have been checking the racks and sending.
And it's something that I don't want to be taken care of. I mean, I don't want this responsibility of racking the balls because, players are very particular about how they're racked. A bad rack, like we saw in the first frame, could result in a hot rack, and it's a big deal. I mean, hand racking with a triangle is a lot more difficult with a magic rack. And then you got people like Earl Strickland saying, why does he get the 2 ball behind the pack? Why do I always get the 2 ball inside the pack? Why are you helping my opponents? That's Earl Strickland.
I think that triangle's going to go back onto the rack as well. It is.
Thank you very much, Simon Felice. Simon Felice said that he played with me during the Masters and Apprentice and improved his game on the basics of the table. It was actually a lot of fun playing with Simon, and I'm very happy that I got Simon because I'm really good mates with him and I really like him. Simon, you're my super sub, Simon. You know how I feel about you. We have a special connection, me and this man.
Simon, I've hung out with Simon plenty in the past. We used to both live down in the south of Sydney. He used to give me a lift to Diamond League pool. Did Simon. And also somebody who's donated a lot of his time and his goodwill to the game over the years.
Who?
Simon, working for CueWorld.
Yes.
So the one, unfortunately, he's made a ball off the break, so fortunately, landing right on the edge of the pocket there for Tony, giving himself an easy shot. 2 ball looks pretty easy. 3 balls going past the 9, I think, at this stage, or is it? Do you think that 3 ball go past the 9, Barry? Certainly from here, it's looking like it might.
I'm not sure who's going to get there first. If it doesn't go past the 9, it goes past the 6. Into the corner, so he's definitely got an open table here. It's very runnable as long as he doesn't land behind the 5. Oh,
now slightly the wrong side of this blue, I think, but still.
Yes, he is. And look at his face. He doesn't like that shot at all. Oh, and Jamie Williams is just running over there now to have a quick look. He's to verify for us. The 3 ball does pass the 9. Is that correct?
Put the headset back on. It's flying past that 9. This 3, so he's all right. He doesn't have to travel around the table, I don't think, for this. He can just drop in this 2 very gently.
Well called, my friend. Now, Tony is up 4-1. If you can add another break and run to this, 5-1 is starting to become a bit of a lead. And even the great Marco, I mean, it's definitely turnaroundable, but he wouldn't be feeling comfortable about this, that's for sure.
No.
Logan Walsh says stream has come a long way, Baz. Well, it's come a long way because... Oh, no. That's...
He's very unlucky.
What I said earlier.
It's a bad shot there.
What I said earlier is sometimes he has that lapse of concentration.
Okay.
And he's got to get that out. If he wants to make that shift now from being a regular player to being a pro player like Marco, he's got to just focus a bit, train more on his focus. I know Tony very well. I know what he's capable of doing, and he's no doubt a great player. But seeing people like Justin play match after match after match at high level pool, and I've practiced with Tony before. That's the next step, is 100% focus. Tony is as good as any other player in the world, my opinion. But that's that lapse of concentration. That's the only thing that, I mean, he should have been up now 5-1.
Yes.
It's going to be now 4-2 with Marco's break, and a chance for Marco to start burning some doubts, planting some seeds of doubts into his opponent.
5-1, 4-2. Again, very different score psychologically, and
huge.
And you know, you're starting to see some
cracks.
bit more light at the end of the tunnel when it's 4-2. Definitely, nice pace on this coming back round for this 9.
Jeez, it's so
lovely,
beautiful to watch
plumb.
play. Yes, the stream has come a long way, Logan Walsh. But it's been building up for many, many years on the shoulders of other people. We're very lucky to have Todd here from Beeline, who is the man behind the screen. And he's the one that's shifting all the different camera angles, as you can see. We also have the assistant, Shane, who's the roaming cameraman today as well. And, of course, I'm very fortunate to have good talent like Jamie Williams next to me to make me sound good.
Well, what would that make you if I was good talent? I don't think you are the good talent around here, Barry. We've got 66 people live watching at the moment. Philippe Deschanel. How are you, mate? Philippe plays a lot of pool as well. Good player. We've played each other many times. So we talked about the CueWorld Classic, which is the longest running CueWorld competition that's been going to date, which is falling at the end of July. But after that, we've got the Sydney 10-ball Masters, which is going to be a big comp. 10-ball, I love that code of pool. It's a really exciting code to play. Like 9-ball, without the flukiness, bit more skill involved. You know,
I actually disagree.
Really?
Sorry, respectfully.
No, of course.
I'll explain to you why, okay? There's a lot of skill involved in both games, nonetheless. And yes,
the luck's removed though a little bit.
When they're gambling, right, especially at the club level, 10-ball is a better game. Okay, but at the pro level, for me, still to today, is 9-ball, and this is the reason why. In 10-ball, it's harder to make a ball off the break, harder to run packs, and the packs don't open as much, so a lot of safety play can be introduced to the game. With 9-ball, win a break, race to say 31, 51, I believe the better player will get out. But in a race to say 7 playing 10-ball. A weaker player can be the better player using what's stuff because the patterns are different. There's softer shots, there's smaller areas. You know what I mean? With 9-ball, it all explodes. Someone can run a 4-5. The good player, break and run, should defeat his opponent in a win or break format. I just think. And there's those bigger shots you have to play. Does this make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm having trouble like understanding myself as well. I just think, personally, I think 9-ball win or break format is, for me, because I grew up with the sport, that's the game. That's the game they play in rooms for money and big time pool. 10-ball's great. I think it's a great European, like a disciplined game where like no flukes and whatnot. But gee, the excitement of 9-ball for TV, I don't think it can be beat.
Mm-hmm. So Marco's really having a good look at this now. The one, it's not really flying in any pockets from what I can see, standing here.
Yeah, it's just the balls didn't open up. I don't know if they were racked correctly or, you know, like again, we're saying this about maybe we can get a different triangle for the next match.
Well, somebody just, we had a viewer actually bring that up just now, Barry. So Anthony back in play. There's a shot on this one into the middle pocket.
Yeah, and you see all the tables are in the bottom half of all the balls in the bottom half of the table, which is very congested. And you need to play really tight position play now. Yep.
He's playing a bit of left-hand side on this to straighten the white up off that cushion, which he has done. Leaves him a really nice shot into the corner pocket with that 2 here.
You make an interesting point before. If you're a pro player, what would you rather play someone for money for? You know, would you rather play him 10-ball or 9-ball? Maybe they would say 10-ball. Because the luck factor's removed. No golden breaks.
No combos.
But if you're a gambler and you're going to play someone who knows a bit better than you, you want to play him at 9-ball.
I haven't really thought about it, Barry.
The luck factor. Whereas 10-ball, you're saying I'm basically guaranteed not to win. Interesting. I'm gonna send some messages out tonight and ask some people.
Would you say you're ambidextrous when you play, Barry? But
no, not when I play. I just use my hands equally well for different tasks. But I can't. I'm not pure ambidextrous where I use them exactly the same.
What's your go-to hand though that you would definitely play
Paul?
this comp, any comp?
No, left-handed.
Left-handed.
Yeah, but I'm very capable with my right hand.
Right. I've got a question for you then,
I'd
Barry.
say I'd be a grade 6 with my right hand.
I've got to be a... that's good. That's a good level for left-handed.
I've broken around
right-handed.
with my right hand often.
I can't play with my
Like 8-ball.
my opposite hand. I've never been able to. You know.
Yeah, but I also write, and when I cut fish all day, I cut with my right.
Yes.
So I'm very used to using it.
Right.
Yeah.
I toss a pan very good in cooking with my left hand.
You see, if you train yourself, you can do anything with the other hand.
Absolutely.
With the other hand. It's actually a very good exercise to practice your opposite hand.
Yes.
I have heard.
Yes. A quick question, Barry. Would you prefer to play a competition with your right hand, all comp, or your left hand, all comp, but if you play with your left hand, you can't cue up, you can't chalk up?
Oh, if you can't chalk up,
Well, they're leveling themselves out a bit then.
After a little while, you won't be able to play any type of shot. Just plain ball.
Yeah.
But then again, with the opposite hand, what happened here? What happened?
I think we've had a scratch there, Barry.
Oh my God, that's another turning point. That's another frame that Tony should have taken. We're seeing chinks in the armour here of Tony Kakaris. Maybe he's getting tired. We didn't see what happened just then.
We didn't. We've got Chris Calabresi's just shown up, walking in front of us here. Certainly one of the best players around.
One of the most exuberant, flamboyant mocker players in Australia. One of my favourite to watch. And one of the nice guys in the pool, isn't he?
This is how nice Chris is. He just walked straight in the door, come up to us. Boys, I'll go and get you a coffee, he said. We said, thank you very much. Christopher. Okay, we're going to be right back, guys, after this commercial break.
Don't go anywhere.
And back we are, back in the room, just as Stuart lifts up the rack there off the balls, just in time. Well-timed advertisement break there. Stuart really putting in a lot of effort into really getting these balls right because the players they're just on it. They're on it. There's no magic racks.
Man, I can't believe that mistake just happened where Tony just scratched. And, that's a big turnaround. Because once this guy gets his break, like I said just now, once this guy gets his break going, he'll easily be able to run a pack on him. And that's going to really hurt.
Yes. Well, these balls have opened up nicely.
Like a flower. And he's on the right side of the 2 ball to go onto the 3, to get on the 3 ball.
Yes.
I expect a player of his caliber from this situation on to take the bull by the horns.
Well, can he
put
see
this
that
frame
one?
away.
Can he see the one, Barry? I don't think he can.
The
I
2.
think the one
sorry.
ball's...
My apologies. I thought he had podded the 1.
Yes, no. I think the light is in the way of the 1 there.
The 1 hasn't been potted.
No, so, and I think the 7's in the middle of the white and the 2, leaving him sort of have to shoot off over the short rail.
The 4 and the 6 have been potted only. So he made 2 balls off the break, which is big. But he has no real shot on the 1. Man, that's a sigh of relief there for the Tony Kakaris fans. He's placed the push. I love this. He's pushed out to a jump.
Do you think... Is he going to jump with his playing cue? He's going back to the case, Barry.
For me personally, I wouldn't take it.
He's sending him back in?
Yeah. A bit of poker there. He walked up to it thinking, do I like this shot? No. And you know why? Because if you're Marco, you're loving this shot. You're loving another chance, right? But if you're Tony, you're not accepting it. There's a lot of... You'll get the shot back. It's an automatic give it back because anything can happen. Could make it, yep. Could make it, could get snookered. He might not make it, he could leave it up, it could go safe. Anything can happen.
Like we said earlier, Barry, I wouldn't like to leave myself this and then have to get the jump cue out, but if somebody put me back in, I'd go, yep.
Yep, exactly.
Because I do like a jump.
Oh, yeah. The score is now 5 frames to 3.
Unlucky.
He almost made that. And he's gone second prize. Safety. He wouldn't be too unhappy with that. Surely, I obviously would have preferred to make it down on the 2 ball, but when you miss a shot and you leave your opponent safe, that's not bad. The score is now 5-3 in favour of Tony.
There was a competent jump there, and he really wasn't happy to miss that. But the look on his face, he looks like he gets them jumps more than he misses them. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't just convert them, but pots them as well.
Tony's taking his time. He's called his extension. He's using the extension. He's looking around. His eyes are moved off the table for a second there. We've got quite a few people watching. We've got some fans over there just waving at him right now. And they're not really waving back. They just think that, yeah. Great action here today in City Heroes in Sydney, Australia. Oh, that ball was on. That ball was on. What a pot there from Tony. Yeah, we're going to get a score check. Just double check. Some players think it's 4-3. Just double check with Stuart what's happening. Sure. Score is 4-3 in favour of Antonias. Thank you very much, fans alike, for letting us know the true score. Score is 4-3. There's actually a separate scoreboard that the players are using which actually says 4-3, which we didn't notice. So they know that the score's 4-3. But for all of you out there at home, now you're also knowing that it's 4-3.
Yeah, the scores are being altered on the screens, down from 5 to 4.
Going to find a rail
4-3.
after contact, and he has. If it was a frozen ball situation, then that would be foul. But it wasn't frozen. But you know what? Foul or not, he's actually left Tony a shot, and it's a very makeable shot with one rail, play for the 3. In all fairness, I expect Tony to get out here, but I expected that from the last 2 frames, and he's got to really buckle down now, Jamie. He really does.
Well, there's been a few misses that he's done before, Barry, and that he's not been happy with. A few simple mistakes, but then again, that's happened from both players.
Even this shot he just played now was not played well. Was not played well because he's landed too high in the 3 ball to get close for the 5. So, I mean, this is one of those shots he's going to play 1, 2, 3. He's just going to roll it dead weight, isn't he?
I think so, Barry. I think that's much more sensible.
The magnitude of the situation demands a fine touch.
It's too much of a
This
cut
shot
really
has
to be hitting
well.
this pace, but he has hit it with
that's
pace
it.
and he's gone around.
That's why I said play 1, 2, 3 rails. I mean, that's
good
the
shot.
way I would play it. Peter Janos is asking for a quick rundown. Well, it's a double elimination format, Peter Janos, and these guys are now playing the A-side final. So basically, these are the only 2 players in the room that are completely undefeated. And the winner of them goes to the final for the hot seat. So when you go to the final, you automatically lose your life. Oh, no, not again.
His cushion shots, Barry, again. They've been letting him down in this match and the last match, haven't they?
They have. Last match, this match, the table is a tricky table. When it gets inside your head, it gets even harder. So yeah, these guys are now playing for a chance of going into the final. So whoever wins this match goes straight to the final with guaranteed $3,000 prize money.
That's not bad for a day's work, Barry.
Well, it's actually a weekend's work, and both these players travelled the longest to play this event. Fair enough, Tony was coming here anyway, so it's a bonus. But oh no, is he on the rail?
He's not far from the rail.
He's a
He'll
couple
be
of inches away.
a couple of inches away.
He's acting like he doesn't like it, but he likes it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if Tony had got that ball down the rail, it'd be game over. But it's not. So you're loving the situation. If you're Marco, how do you feel knowing that the last 2 frames have been off Tony's misses? And if you're Tony, how are you feeling? Tony should take a break. 5-minute break if he can. To recompose himself when it goes 4 apiece.
Nice shot. Very solid.
Look
Hits
how
the back of the
still
pocket.
he is on the shot.
I looked
he
at that.
stays straight down after the ball's disappeared, then he gets up.
Totally focused on it as well.
Yes, Peter. The loser gets a second run. So the loser's going to wait for somebody to come back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's
Oh,
nice.
gee,
Very
he's only
nice.
landed dead straight on this. David's like, what?
Wouldn't want it any other way, Barry.
We have a very famous person who's just logged online. His name is Mr. David Reljic, one of Australia's finest pool players.
He is. And a good friend as well.
Good friend, hell of a champion. The score is now deadlocked at 4 apiece. Confirmed from all the officials, 4 all. Yes.
4-4-4.
Yes. We are here coming to you live from Sydney, Australia at the qualifying US Open 9-Ball Championships, official qualifying event.
That's right, Barry. So whoever wins this today is going to be flying themselves off to America to represent
Australia.
themselves, Australia, their
Yes.
families at one of the world's biggest and most famous pool
It
events.
is the best 9-ball event ever, period. It's the longest running. Mr. Langer is saying it's very intense.
Very tense.
Both players are feeling the heat out of their Langer.
You can cut the
Players out there, it's cutthroat.
cut the tension with a knife.
Oh, yes. And, well, again, we see it time and time again. Some players in practice are machines and absolute weapons. Put a bit of pressure on them and they buckle. And
I
other
can be a
players,
bit
you
like
put
that,
some
Barry.
pressure on them, they turn into diamonds.
Yes.
And last match, Tony wasn't missing. Especially when we got in front of Danny, it wasn't missing. But now, with Marco Teutscher by his side, toe-to-toe, he's missed 3 balls in the last 3 racks and led him back in the game. Could have closed it out. We have some other matches on the other tables, haven't we?
Well, I think it's Danny versus Ben Judge for the other semi-final, isn't it, on the loser's side?
Ben Judge just recently beat... Ben Judge is playing Sean Oglesby. And he just took out the favourite, Justin Sage.
He did, yep.
And Danny Stone is playing Craig Riley, Craig Riley took out the favourite myself. And just a little blanket for myself. I'm allowed 1 or 2 here and there. But we've got 4 great players left. Sean Oglesby, Ben Judge, and Danny Stone and Craig Riley. The winner of those matches will play each other for an opportunity to play the loser of this match. So we're down to 6 players here at City Heroes. If you're local, if you live in Sydney, you've got some time, tell your wife, hey, honey, I'm leaving. Not you, just for the afternoon. And come on down to City Heroes to watch some of the best pool you will ever see, guaranteed. It's different to watch at home. It's great to watch at home. Feet sit back, relax on the couch. But it's a different experience to come here and watch and smell the room. Feel the tension. You know what I mean? Listen to their breath. You can see things that you can't see from home. The player sitting down on the table with his fingers are twitching.
Yes. Barry picking his nose beside me. Well, why, Barry? Stop it. Well, he's missed there. He's missed that long one. Oh, look at this. I thought I was going to drop in, Barry.
No, it hasn't dropped in, and it's, like I said, Tony needs to take a break. Absolutely.
Peter Janos is coming down. See you soon.
Okay, Banayoti, we'll see you soon.
Dave Reljic, before I asked him the other day, why are you not playing, Dave? But you know what? Dave's pool has taken a back seat for a long time. He's got his beautiful little boy now, and he's such a devoted father. Posting lovely pictures of his son getting up to all sorts all of the time. That was a nice shot there. I like the way the white reacted off that.
Now, the key to this particular rack, do we have a bird's eye view, Todd?
He has left the white on the cushion.
We have it available. No
You
more?
should have no problem here.
The key to this rack, of course, will be, is that 5-7 combination
Thank you very
set
much, Chris.
to the corner pocket, or isn't it set to corner pocket? Because if it's set, that means that, 3-4, and then plays 5 onto the 7. But if it's not set, he has to do something creative. So maybe, just maybe, it's runnable, but maybe it isn't. We're going to find out shortly. He's looking at that right now. I can just imagine. Let's have a look at Marco Teutscher's biography while we've got it here in front of us. So he's Dutch champion. He won the Dutch Championships 2011. Now that doesn't sound like much, Dutch Championships. Let me just say who is from Holland.
Mate, this is
Okay.
a national event.
Well,
It's going to be
very
big everywhere.
famous coach and also a great pool player, Alex Lely, would have played in that tournament. Niels Fine, Nick Vandenberg, and just those 3 names alone are staggering. When you know that they're in the field, Nick Vandenberg, quality player from Holland. quality player from Holland. He's won multiple Euro titles. Do you know the player Niels Fine?
I've heard of him many times.
You've heard of him? He's my favourite player in the world. He's still in the top 8 in the world.
Right.
He's won World Championships at straight pool.
Yes.
World Championship 9-ball. World Pool Masters 3 times, I believe. I'm not sure if he's won a US Open, but he's one of the best players in the world. And still today, and he's been on the Moscone Cup maybe about 10 times.
Okay.
Neil's fine, dude. Come on, man. He's like the most famous player in the world. The Terminator. Good-looking bloke. About 6 months younger than me. I'd like to meet him one day, to be honest. I've watched him play for many, many years, and he's actually my favourite player as well. He's...
Favourite players, Shane Van Boning and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, they're his favourite. That's Marco's favourite players.
My favourite player as well.
Neil's Fine is Marco Teutscher's mentor. So he's taught him... Imagine that. Like, I would pay money, good, hard-earned money, to be taught by Niels.
Many people would. Absolutely.
Marco
Toughest
Teutscher.
opponent, Shane Van Boning again.
Yes.
167 at straight pool. That's a good
Wow.
score.
Oh, yeah, man. That's very good. Straight pool, I read something the other day by John Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
He recently made a 380-something break at straight pool. And some people were saying to him, oh, yeah, but, table conditions. And it's just, basically he said, look, I pot 380-something balls in a row, and I played good positional shots 380-something times in a row without sticking myself once. He played combination shots. He had to break the pack open. That's a huge, monstrous break. Big effort. Big effort. And making a 167 break in straight pool is not easy, but what has this rooster done?
Barry, this is not an easy shot right now to get
what
onto
has
this.
he done?
To get this on this 9.
Dude, he needs to make this.
And he can't dig under this, which he needs to, but he can't.
He just has to make the ball, man.
He's got it. Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Bounce off the rail.
That's
a little
very
bit.
nice.
He needs this frame. He cannot afford to throw away another frame.
So this will be 5-4, 4-4 on the hill. Sorry.
Compose yourself here, mate.
4-4 equal scores at the moment. This to take it ahead. Pressure's on.
This is a big 9-ball.
Just as
smashed it in at
was
100
being
miles
said
an
to
hour.
us before, the tension, you could cut it with a knife.
Mr. Lord Langer, how's everything out there? Does that work? Grab it. How are you going?
Mate, it is out here, the tension, you can cut it with a knife at the moment. The tension's so thick out there. Marco's making some uncharacteristic errors. They're really looking at, obviously, to extort the 40 seconds, trying to get every second out of each shot. It's tense.
Mate, it's like 2 rhinos going to war.
100%. So I might take this mic and I'll call the extensions and all that for you guys so you can hear while I'm out here.
Yeah, that's a good idea there, Langer.
It's a great idea, Langer. Langer's going to hold the microphones. We're going to hear the extension coming up because we don't have that feature at the moment, but we do now.
We do. Beep, beep, beep.
This is your captain speaking. We're ready to take off at City Heroes in Sydney, Australia. So a dry break from Tony. No, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8. He's made the black ball. He's made number 8. And he's on the 1 with a...
2's looking good.
Mate, this is a golden opportunity. Golden opportunity
to go to a head.
Punish Marco for that miss earlier and to put himself in front. And like I said, he's given away 3 frames in a row. He is nervous. We just heard now in the background there, we heard that there's 10 seconds to go from Langer. You'll be hearing that as well, non-stop.
So Marco's, he's had some success down in New Zealand as well, winning the Australian 10 ball. So he's won that here.
That wasn't in New Zealand, that was in Queensland.
Q9 billiards, sorry.
He beat me in the semi-final.
Back in
I was
2018?
flying in that tournament.
Really?
Absolutely flying. Playing some of the best ball I've ever played in my life. Came up against Marco and he just destroyed me.
Really?
He picked me apart like a surgeon.
Oh.
Imagine a butcher cutting open a pig.
Like you filleting your fish, Barry.
Yes.
With a razor sharp filleting knife.
And I was the fish. Gee, he's a little bit thin on this 3 ball, isn't he?
He is. The
and he's down the rail like earlier.
The Auckland regional 8 ball as well. He took out.
No, you can't roll him. Look, he's hitting him down the rail softly, and it's starting to get in the back of his mind. You cannot roll a shot like that on these tables.
He's not having the best. The cushions are not giving the best day today, are they, Barry?
No, the conditions are very difficult. I cannot stress that enough. I've played in Australia. I've played in America. I've played in Greece. The conditions are very, very tough. They're the toughest conditions that I've ever played on right here in this room at the moment. It's humid, it's sticky in here, the cloth is worn, the pockets are tournament edition Brunswick Gold Crown 5s. 10 seconds for Marco.
Extension called.
Yep, extension called. Great idea to have Lango mic'd up so we know what's happening now. He's going to masse around the 5.
Lovely
And he's
shot.
made it. What a shot there from Marco Teutscher. What a shot. What a shot. Yes, from this point on, Mr. Jack speeding. This is going to be race to 11 all the way through. Winner break action.
Muzz is online. He's also walking around the room. I've seen him around. Joey T is there. Hello, Joey. How are you? Joey T, a brilliant, formidable pool player she is. Good DJ as well. So I understand. Marco putting that 4 away quite easily, nicely. 5 in the middle.
You know,
Probably just roll this in for the 6 ball in the corner past the 9.
he's in prime position now to level up the scores at 5 apiece. And I reckon he'll be feeling really good. But he was 4-1 down. It's going to be 5 apiece now. And 5 apiece with a break, you know, Fargo would say he's favourite to win the match from this point on. And to be honest, from what I've seen, unless Tony can stop missing balls down the rails,
Yes.
yeah, he will win this match. So, tough to see. He's just going to make sure he avoids a 9 ball, which he did. Beautifully, bit of side.
Very close to the 7 with his arm there, but no problems. Bit of a draw shot from this, Barry, you think?
Yeah, you know, player of his caliber, it's just a slight screw shot here, but I think he'd be feeling really good about himself in this match at the moment because he knows he can play a lot better than what he has. And, he's overplayed a little bit.
Too much, but he's okay.
He's fine, but the thing is, what's he talking about now? Oh, is the cue ball cleaned? I don't know, we did this. Did we clean the cue ball? It's just a second. Marco's asking.
Well, he's having the cue ball cleaned. Referee picking up the ball.
No, we did it.
Buffing it up with his T-shirt.
He's laughing.
This is where a pair of white gloves could have come in handy. Puts the ball back. Always good to have the ball clean. Stops things like kicks from happening. And he pots it nice and smoothly into the pocket. So 5-5.
You know, when sometimes, I remember I was watching a match once with Justin Sage, and his opponent asked to get the cue ball cleaned, and Justin said they refused. And the reason was because where the spot where the ball was laid, there was no way you're going to clean the ball, put it back exactly the same position, because everything was just not on where it was there.
Yes.
If it wobbled a millimetre
Yes,
off,
something would have been
on. And actually, I was there for that moment, and I agree 100% with Justin getting up and saying what he did. And I've already got a lot of respect for Justin to begin with, but I love that. You're going to
Yes.
fight tooth and nail for what's right.
Yes.
Love it. So, what else we're loving is a scoreline. It's 5 apiece. This race to 11 has now essentially become a race to 6. Marco to break. Look at this guy's break. It is huge. But
Not making
nothing.
anything from that one.
You know what?
White
Actually,
on the cushion.
Tony's been breaking better than Marco this match. It's a good camera angle. Tony's been breaking better than Marco this match, to be honest, which is hard to see because I thought Marco had the best break that I've ever seen, but he hasn't been breaking well this match at all because he was practicing with the magic rack the other day, see? And Tony's been practicing all week without the magic rack. He's been hand racking all week. So that's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting, Barry. I prefer using the magic rack. I have the magic rack at home. I use it all the time as well.
I knew a lady
30
once.
seconds. Extension call.
Yep, 30 seconds. He's got the extension. Can you hear my commentary over there, Todd? Yes. We're just talking about magic racks. Todd doesn't know what magic racks are because he doesn't play pool, so automatically you visualize a lady with a magic rack. But
Well, I actually thought of a thin piece of film that gets put onto a pool tablecloth and the balls get inserted on top of it. But
Again, anything to do with insertion, I'm all for. Like I said, we are going live later on Match of Sport, so we're going to be doing quite a different stream later on, even more professional than today. But you know, us Australians, we have our own style in the commentary box and our own style doing everything. So, I mean, like, we don't say U-turn like other countries do. We say Yui. We don't say mosquito, we say Mozzie.
Mozzie.
We don't say Australia, we say Aussie.
Australia.
Australia? Can you do an Australian accent?
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Well, welcome. Bloody Sheffy here, Sheffy McWilliams.
Oh, wow.
And we're watching a bit of a game of pool. He's going for the 2-ball. That's about as good as I can do, Barry.
That's brilliant.
Well,
that's better
you know.
than my English accent. I wouldn't even attempt an English accent.
Guy needs a bit of tucker after a hard day's yakka.
Oh, wow.
So, 2-ball. Little bit of bottom right-hand side, I reckon, just to bring it up the side. And
I think that Tony should take a break the first chance he gets.
Nice.
He missed that one
3-ball into the middle.
Peter Yanis asking the question, how much will their play differ using a house cue?
A
Well,
lot.
that's an interesting question, but Peter, you cannot do the things that you can do using a house cue. First of all, the house cues are not the same quality.
They throw a lot, Barry, as well. I mean, I've played a comp here.
I know who this person is coming down now. His name is Panayotis. He was here yesterday watching the matches.
Yeah.
And he's excited. He's coming down to watch the final later on.
Extension call.
When you own your own cue, like both these guys are using $2,000 cues plus, right?
Yeah.
And my cue costs $3,500. But anything over, say $600 is going to be a good quality cue with a low deflection shaft.
Yes.
And you want a good piece of, you want a good tip on it. A tip is the most important part of a cue. No point having a great cue if you've got a terrible tip. Tip is number one. Now, in the club cues, they don't have really good tips. It's
No, they don't.
Normal cheap tips. A tip is a layered piece of leather, and it's like a kind of spongy, but not so spongy. Kind of reacts, and it allows you to put different spin on the ball.
Yes.
And using your own cue, your muscles develop using that cue and the balance, so you can execute the shots. Plus, a low deflection shaft will allow you to play different types of spins, left and right, off centre line.
I don't like a cue that's too heavy, Barry. I sort of about the 19-ounce marks is what I like.
Yeah.
Often find myself removing a weight bolt when I get a new butt. What weight cue do you play with at the moment, Barry?
Well, interesting to say that I actually play with 19.5 ounces.
Okay.
And I've incrementally added 0.2 over the last 6 months. So
Yeah.
I was playing with 19.1, went to 19.3, now I'm on 19.5. Only because I find it gives me the most stability on my shots. But it's a give and take because the weight is actually, that's a good combination shot for Marco.
Lovely
Marco now
shot.
taking the lead, starting to assert that dominance and favoritism that we all knew he had. Now, we'll talk about cues just now. Yes? So what's the matter?
Kylie's telling us that Sean
Yeah.
Budd uses a $100 cue.
Sean Budd uses $100 cue, but that's a very, very good cue. I've had a few shots with this cue, and it hits the ball as good as any other cue. It doesn't have to be an expensive cue.
No.
It can be a cheap cue.
Well-
I mean, what's his name? Erfren Reyes won the World Championship with a $13 cue. He walked into a club, into a cue maker's, very famous story,
Yes.
into a cue maker's barn, if you will, and had a look at all these expensive cues, and he picked up this one that he started hitting the balls, and he goes, this is the one that plays the best. How much is it? $13. All right, take it. And it doesn't matter how expensive a cue is.
Yes.
But in general, Carly, yeah.
I think
you
Stephen
can get better
Hendry.
quality cues for money. Yeah,
Stephen Hendry won the World Championship once
Absolutely,
with a
with his
cue that
Riley
was
cue.
with an absolutely just cheap
Garbage.
and catchy cue.
Garbage. But you know what? He grew up with that garbage.
Yes.
And many people thought that it was a favour for him when his cue was broken, but he never was the same player when he got a different cue.
Right.
Because he grew up with that cue. It was a Riley cue.
Amazing. I mean, they're stock standard Riley cues. You can buy them sort of for £10 in the UK, down from the local, sort of in the city at sort of the local catalogue shop that stocks everything. You know, just if you went into a proper pool hall or proper snooker hall, you wouldn't even find something that cheap on sale.
Yeah.
Um,
And just to say, Sean Budd does play with a $100 cue, and he's a great player in Australia, but anybody in the top 100 in the world at the pro level of pool
it's going to be using, it's going to be using something that's $1,000 plus easy.
They're not using $100 cues.
No.
So, I mean, I call it as it is. Sean Budd is my favourite player in Australia, always has been, one of my very good friends, and he is world-class, but he's not a world-class 9-ball player. And to play it at that level, yeah, all the top 100 in the world are using quality cues.
He's a
It's as
brilliant
simple
player,
as that.
Sean. I was lucky enough to play in a team with him a couple of years ago, him and his wife, Jenny.
Yeah.
Sean was actually just accompanying her to the games. But then we had another player that couldn't turn up a few times, and then Sean played instead. And then once they knew that Sean was stepping in for them, they had a few more weeks
Sean
away.
is a living legend.
He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just watching him with the cue in his hands like a magic wand. He just strikes the ball. He's just on another
Steve.
level.
Hey, Steve. I thought it was Kylie. It's Steve Costa using his wife's account.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, you're right. You're right, Steve. He does use a $100 cube. But like I was saying, anybody in the top 100 in the world on the pro level is using a quality low deflection cue. Tony needs to win this frame and take a break. He needs to have a break. He's made 4 or 5 errors in the last 4 or 5 frames.
What's the...
James Roberts says Stu's got a nice rack. We're talking about magic racks earlier, Stuart. And your rack is kind of magic. Steve Costa, the man who mentioned that before, he's the owner of Direct Steel.
Okay.
Who
they
runs
are
a
one of
company.
the sponsors of CueWorld as well, aren't they? Direct
They
Steel.
sponsored us many times in the past.
I've seen
and a close mate.
Yes.
And a good bloke, man. Good bloke. I've been away for a few tournaments, and Steve's been there. And I can tell you something: there is no one better to sit on. He's like you. Having dinner next to Steve, he just makes you crack up all
Really?
along. Yeah.
I have seen the Direct Steel, isn't it? I have seen them written on the shirts. I have seen the posters.
In my interviews that I've done, we've got the logos there.
Yep, absolutely. They are people that have sponsored the pool scene in Sydney and CueWorld many times, and strongly too. So I'm just looking up the room in the distance. We've got Danny's playing, Craig Riley's up there.
I would love to get the results of those matches right now. Ben Judge is playing Sean Oglesby. Marvin Monson, let's get the results and come right back.
Barry stepping out for a sec to go and have a chat with Marvin, find out the scores from around the room, and we'll be bringing them straight to you as soon as we know. Marco taking the one, trying to play a safe. One landing down the bottom of the table. Not sure from where I'm sat if that's on or not, if he can get round this free ball. He's going back to the case. I think he's getting a jumpy out. He is. It's a long jump shot, this. You'll probably want to be playing this underarm, I reckon, rather than overarm, but we'll see what he does. I've got a lovely jump cue that I bought from Justin Campbell in down south.
5, 4.
Extension just... Oh, what a jump. That was lovely. Lovely. 5 seconds to go. Langer's face was like, whoa. What a shot. Did you see that, Barry?
Of course I did. Earlier today you asked me, can he jump? And I said, yeah, he can
Well,
jump.
I think we just...
You got your answer right there.
Yeah, absolutely. You just proved that to us.
The question is, though, does he have a shot in his 2-ball? The way he's lining up, you'd think he would. Does he have a shot in the 2-ball?
Lovely jump shot.
We'll just have to go rail first. Let's have a look what he does.
I've just watched that back on the...
Oh, straight in.
Brilliant.
Straight in.
Darryl Kennedy saying, what a top shot.
So say a big special thank you out there to Walter from City Heroes, the owner of City Heroes, the owner of this fine establishment. Thank you so much, Walter, for allowing us to have our live streaming from your venue and to promote pool of Australia around the world. And, of course, your club. Your club this afternoon will be live streamed to Matchroom Sport, and it'll be known all over the world if it wasn't famous enough.
Not just getting out there, but even from inside. I mean, we've got players on all the other tables. We've got people in the internet booths playing games.
Oh, no.
Excuse me.
I
And
know.
even for these people, just looking over, they must think to themselves, wow, this club really takes their pool seriously. I mean, they're showing something right now with sort of professional cameras, professional commentators. Well, I don't know about professional commentators, but, you know.
We're getting paid by professionals.
Professional equipment.
Yes.
I mean, it really does make the sport look good, and especially for people stood around who might want to, get into the sport a bit more and start taking it a bit more seriously.
Absolute disaster there for Mr. Antonias Kakaris. He hit the black. Langer's looking at me saying he's got no shot on this 4-ball. He has to do something. You know what he's going to do? He's
10
going to
seconds.
kick at the 4 ball. He's going to kick at the
5,
4 ball and try and make the 9.
5-4-3.
No. Played safe.
Shot that with about 3 seconds to go on the stop clock there.
And you
The
know
shot
what?
clock.
I think he got the best he could have got. He's sneaking behind the black, and that makes me happy. Because I have a feeling if he wins this frame, he will take a break.
Well, Marco getting the jumpy out. So that was a good shot, actually, to kick out of a snooker. I do like them shots, Barry, and leave the person in a snooker. You've always got to give the person a little table tap or a little clap of the hand for that.
Oh, yeah. But again, this goes back to what we were saying earlier. Do you acknowledge a good shot for your opponent?
Yes.
Do you give him encouragement?
Yes.
I don't.
You know what I do as well?
I don't. I look at
10
him,
seconds,
and I'm like, yeah, I could have done the
Okay,
same.
a few seconds left. He's got to quickly jump this. We saw what happened last time. He did a scorcher of a jump shot.
You know, he won't be. He'll be happy with this. Unless there's a bounce. There's a bounce. No, he's left a shot on. He won't be happy with this.
When I'm in a good mood, Barry, and I'm playing an opponent, I mean, I'm a 25 handicap in the other league.
I know, you're a very capable.
A 10 handicap in this league.
Very capable player.
But
You can't be a good commentator if you're not a capable player.
I'm not as competent with my words as you, Barry. You're just, your mouth is.
I'm a wordsmith.
Absolutely, you are. You are. And you've got to turn
Silver
a phrase
tongue.
like no
Silver
other.
tongue.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I've had to rely on it, all my life, really, to get me
10
attention.
seconds.
Oh, he's got 10 seconds to go. This is a lot of pressure in this shot.
He's
He's
unlucky
missed
there.
it. His long range has let him down here. And he's got away with it. He's behind the 4. He's got he might have got away with it, but he won't like his next shot. He would have much preferred to have made it. You know, this event has brought a lot of players from all over Australia. After this frame, we're gonna ask Mr. Justin Sage to come up.
Absolutely.
So that will allow you to have a little break while I bring him up. And it would be great to have his thoughts on what's happening. No, that's a terrible shot. That's not. He could see a lot of that ball. He put the ball on the rails, that's okay, but he would have preferred to have locked him up somehow. Do you reckon that's all he had?
I'm not sure, Barry.
He had
I'm
a
not
lot
sure.
of that. He had a lot of that ball to play that particular shot.
So is he calling this now in the corner pocket, trying to maybe a two-way shot? If he doesn't, maybe try and leave him safe.
You know, David Reljic in the past used to play these two-way shots where he'd bank the 4 ball, double bank it, and he'd go for the 9 here. And he was very good at those shots.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go. Yeah, he's just going full out safety. Does he get him behind the 9? No, he doesn't.
I'm not sure he did
He's
there,
actually
Barry.
left a little cut on the 4. But if he doesn't fancy the cut, he can definitely
He could try and
play a
snooker
safety
him there.
behind the 5 ball. Yes,
He could.
absolutely.
Play that one down the cushion, down the table, and leave the white tucked in behind the 5 ball. We're going to have Justin coming onto the microphone in a second and having a little word with Barry, doing a bit of commentary. I'm just wondering if Karen's still online watching this. If you
Sure
are,
she is.
then stay where you are. Don't touch the dial because your son will be right up.
Needs to lock him down behind the 5. This needs a really nice touch. He's gone for the
Nice
cut.
shot.
Of course he has. It was on.
Nice shot.
Uh-oh.
What's happening
Disaster.
here? What's happening here, Barry?
Disaster. No. Disaster averted. And does he have a shot on the 5? He must have a shot on the 5. This is similar, though. Bridging. Not bridging. He's okay. Look how he's running his hand along the table. There's some tournaments. Don't let you do that. That's the other ones that have the felt. Like a Chinese 8 ball. They have a
Yes.
felt on the cloth.
Like a more of a nappy
If
cloth.
a nap. Sorry, a nap. That's what I meant. If you run your hand on it, you line up the nap so it helps you pop the ball.
Right.
But this
Yep.
table doesn't have
Well,
any nap at all.
You see people doing that in snooker as well. They
Yeah.
give the table a little rub and the pathway of the ball.
What a
Nice,
shot.
nice screw back there.
Wow.
As I said before, I was watching him hit the balls before
So
the match,
sweet.
and the action he was getting with that cue, the white ball was stopping on the spot, spinning backwards and then taking off. You know what I mean?
Well, he does use a 12.4 Revo,
Okay,
which is the
but that's the larger
best
tip.
low deflection shaft in the world.
Is that the larger
Inner
tip?
one.
Is the smaller one that they
Inner
do?
one. You need very good technique. Like he's got a very good technique. You need a very good technique to handle it. I've got the same shaft at home, and to be honest, my technique isn't as good, so I play with a slightly bigger tip.
Lovely shot there.
Because I end up getting like really weird lines out of it. I can't control the amount of
Yes.
accuracy. All right, so we're going to get Justin in the commentary.
We're going to
box.
go for a commercial break. We'll be right back after the break, and in place of me will be the great Justin Sage.
The great Justin Sage. Don't go anywhere, guys. Okay, we are back. Marco to break. And he's made the 3-ball, but he's scratched in the corner pocket. My name is Barry the Mule Mavros. I'm here joined by Australia's #1 player, Justin Sage. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Barry. Yeah, good afternoon. Nice to be here.
It is an honour to have you in the commentary box with me. I'm so happy that you're here. We before the tournament began, guys, we had asked some of the top players to come and sit on the microphone with us, but one by one they got knocked down and ran away. And Justin is a gentleman. He's come here to help me commentate. It really is an honour to have you in the commentary box, mate.
Thanks, Barry. A little bit premature being here, but that's all right. I'm happy to watch some good pool, and it looks like it's a great match here between Marco and Tony here. So,
well, to be honest, it's both players. I mean, Tony has made 5 errors in the last 5 racks. He's missed 4 balls that he shouldn't miss. And Marco has punished him every time, but Marco can't get anything happening off the break. He's breaking terrible.
yeah, well, it looks like that was his best break for making a ball, and then unfortunately he scratched. A little bit unlucky, but he sort of lost the white, behind the pack. So,
well, this is the difference. Marco was practicing with a magic rack.
Yep.
All week, Tony's been practicing without the rack, without the magic rack, just with a hand rack. So all week we've been practicing our break from home without the magic rack. Just to try and... I think that's a big difference.
Oh, it's a huge difference.
And it makes a difference now in the later part of the tournament, because earlier, everyone was using the magic rack, everyone was making balls, but now without the magic rack, you need raw power.
Raw power. You need to, fight to, get positional control of the rack, and it looks like he's unable to do that, but the scores are still pretty tight. What's the score?
7 frames to 5 in favour of Marco. Tony was leading 4 frames to 1. But, with the winner break format, things can turn around pretty quickly.
Yep, that's right.
But Tony did make 4 mistakes in 4 consecutive frames, missed 4 balls. And it was similar to the match earlier where Danny missed 3 balls in 3 frames that gave away 3 racks. So I think Tony should take a little break if he wins this game, because he's lost 5-1 in the last, recently, so he's going to take a break, but it looks like he's shooting well now.
It looks like he's picked up the pace and he's run this rack nicely.
The 40-second shot clock, because these players are both painfully slow players, it's putting them off a little bit. They're using the entire 40 seconds. Langer was mentioning it to me, they take a long time to shoot. He's always calling out 10 seconds and 15 seconds, and he says it's very tense out there. So score 7 frames to 6, Langer. You played both these gentlemen before, Justin. Obviously, I tipped Marco for this match before the match began. Not just because of Farco, but also I know Marco's caliber. But, I mean, Tony's come a long way in the last 2-3 years. And you saw him 6 months ago, you saw him now. There's been a big change in his game. As you know, he's increased his routine. But still, too many twitchy shots for me in this particular match.
Yeah, it sort of looks like it... the longer balls and maybe the cue action, he just jumps off the shot a little bit sometimes on the big balls.
We were talking about that earlier, 30 minutes ago. And he actually, you don't know this, but he said to me that you're one of the most talented players he's ever played against. And he said you have an uncanny ability to pot any ball off the table from anywhere. And he wishes he had your ability to pot. So we said we're going to practice our long range. After the tournament's over, we're going to spend the week playing snooker. They don't have snooker tables where he lives.
All right,
So we're going to try and work on his long range game over the next week. So it'd be awesome.
I do mix it up and play a little bit of snooker in between tournaments, I guess. Try not to play too close to a tournament, but definitely snooker does help. That's for sure.
Oh, that's a terrible
mistake. He's just lost the white off the table.
He's so nervous. This would be the biggest event he's ever won. He is so nervous. I could tell. I could see it in his body language. And he's playing someone like Marco. Marco's world class.
Absolutely.
He really is. Look at the way he hits the ball. He's so low. He's so fluid in his cue action. It's just, and he's an absolute predator in the pool room. I mean, the second he walked in that night, the first night he came in, when he made that 6-pack, everyone was talking about it. And that's something that you don't see very often.
No.
And I know that he's a very intimidating opponent.
Absolutely, yeah.
You recently beat him in the tournament. You beat him in the Australian tournament recently. Marco Teutscher.
Oh, yes. I was lucky enough to... It was Hill, I believe, and Yeah, lucky enough to get him then. But
I don't think that luck had anything to do with it, mate. I don't think luck had anything to do with it. I think you're also a world-class player, always have, and I always will think that. You're also representing Australia in the World Pool Masters.
Yes, on the 29th of March, World Pool Masters in Spain or in Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
So very excited for that. It's about 4 to 5 weeks away, so I'll be...
What prep are you doing for that event?
Yeah, so the next 4 to 5 weeks I'll just be trying to hit the tables as much as possible. Obviously still working, 8:30 till 5:30 days, so after work I'll be trying to get as much practice as possible.
This is the disadvantage I've said that Australian pool players have to the other countries. We have some of the best talent in the world, and I strongly believe this, but unfortunately all of us are playing, we're all working full time.
That's right, yeah.
Whereas these guys that you're competing against, you're playing Mackinnon first round. He's been a professional pool player for the last decade from Finland. If you beat him, you're playing Alex Kazakis, another full-time pool player for the last 10 years as well. I mean, it's like they're all full-time, and all of us here in Australia, we're working full-time Monday to Friday, and you, every night after work, you do your practice. That shows a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication. It's very difficult.
Yeah, it is very difficult, and it probably not so much showed, but I did try and put as much practice in for this tournament after work, and I sort of a little bit run myself down as such. I always think you can never get enough practice, but sometimes you can overdo it a little bit.
Yeah, you're in here every week practicing, and late at nights as well,
yeah,
which can take a lot out of you.
As you know, you're a little bit further away, and I'm a little bit closer than you, but it's still an hour trip in and out.
Yeah, before I came in yesterday morning, I woke up at 6:45, got ready, went to work for an hour and a half, and then came here. And just made it in time.
Yep. No, it's
Danny Stone is playing Craig Riley, is that right?
Yep.
Do you know the scores over there?
Can't see it, but looks like Marco's going to return the favour and run this rack out. I shouldn't see any problems here.
Put himself 8-6 in front. A commanding lead in a race to 11 when he was 5-3, 5-2 down.
Yeah, big turnaround.
Lots of discipline and focus needed here. He's got such a beautiful stroke.
Yeah, it's just effortless when he strikes the ball.
He's got so much cue power.
Takes an 8-6 lead now.
Yeah, well, he's looking at... thank you very much, Langer. You are right for that. Things have turned around. Earlier in the match, in the beginning part of the match, it was basically all Tony's way. And then after 3 or 4 consecutive misses in different frames from Tony, now Marco's starting to take the bull by the horns. And to be honest, if he gets the break, if he work out the break without the magic rack, I can't see Tony coming back in this match.
Marco to break. Marco leading 8 frames to 5.
Big frame this one. If he puts a 3-game gap in it, yeah, it'd be very hard for Tony to come back.
Very hard.
Important break and frame.
I said in the beginning that what Tony needed to do was get off to a big start, which he did. And I said the only way he can beat Marco is to get off to a big start. And he got off to a big start. He was up 4-1. And then even with that, Marco has clawed his way back in with some great safety play.
Yeah.
Great safety play. And Tony's very good at safety play, but Marco's was a little bit better in a couple of opportunities. He just locked him up a little bit better.
All right, another dry break from Marco. Didn't leave the one.
Story of this particular match here, Marco hasn't had a break going at all, and he's still 8-6 in front without breaking well. Stuart Rogers has put this tournament together. It's in the City Heroes in Sydney. And if you guys are living anywhere nearby, please come on down. Come and join us. If you're at home, your mother says great game. She's watching. Mama Sage, we call her Mama Sage. She's always supporting every tournament. I wish I had that kind of support back at home, Karen. I don't, never have, but I think it's wonderful to see how you support your son in all these events. He is truly an ambassador of the game here in Australia. We wish him the best of luck when he goes overseas. And I pray that we get results. But even if you don't get results the first time, remember it's always 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, the first time always in particular, you're going out there to see what you need to do and get ready for the next time.
Exactly right. And just getting the exposure as well. A few overseas tournaments.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. When you guys went over to World Cup of Pool with James
Delahunty, yep.
You guys really represent Australia really well. Not only getting our first win overseas, which we're all very, very proud of, but the way you guys conducted yourselves out there. The commentators mentioned it in their match, so you guys represented us well, but also some good words were said about you.
Yeah, we. But we still had to put in a good match, and we came away with our first win.
That's amazing. So happy. I was at home on my couch watching live on my laptop, and I started screaming. I think it was the middle of the night. I was just screaming. I loved it. Yes, go, get back on your bike, Russia. Go back home, Russia. And if you guys come down to City Heroes, they're usually featuring that match out at the entrance. And when you come down the escalator, you'll see them playing. How the Australians finally got our first win overseas. And I'll tell you what, belated to be honest, we should have won years ago. But I'm so happy that it happened. That's a great kick shot there from Marco. Did he get behind the 3 ball? I can't tell. Do we have a camera angle to show us? It looks like he's behind the 3, but this is Paul.
Looks like he might have left it the way he's queuing up.
I don't know. He might have a shot. Oh, he's taking his time. But even if he does have a shot, Justin, the patterns are not... The 2 ball's not laying anywhere nice.
No, he needs to play a very strong safety after potting this one.
10 seconds.
So he did pot that one cleanly.
He potted cleanly, but what's next? Like you said, a strong safety? Perhaps like half ball or 2?
Yep. Just depends which way he wants to go here. Does he want to tuck? Yeah, I think he has to hit the left side. He's went the other way. He's checked it up.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. He's got him. He has got him. That's kind of a nasty one too, because of where the 3 ball is.
Yep. Looks like there's no gap there, so he might have to come up the table.
So we did some player profiles earlier. I know I've got yours here as well, Justin. Just go get it out. We've got Marco's and Tony's, which we've mentioned. We've got yours as well here. Let's have a quick look. Here we go. Interesting. What we noticed amongst all the top players in the room, almost all of you guys started playing from young.
Yeah.
The only person that started playing old was Tony and me. Everybody else started playing from very young. So you started playing pool when you were 7 years old. Wow.
About 7 or 8 years old, I first picked up a cue and I was playing English 8-ball or 2-shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the game I played probably until that. I played a lot of 2-shot up until I was maybe 16, 17. Played a little bit of snooker.
This is in Perth?
Yep, in Perth. I was living there. And then sort of since moving to Sydney, started playing the American game about 4 years ago.
Well, the American game is a little bit different. And there are different types of... It's different to the 2-shot. And I probably... in what way would you say it's different to the 2-shot?
Obviously, the biggest things are obviously the table, the balls, the reactions off the cushion, and the cue as well. That's a huge difference. But I do feel for the 2-shot players, it's easier to adjust playing 9-ball as opposed to going the other way around.
You know, I totally agree with you. You got players like Darren Appleton, Carl Boys, Chris Melling. These guys are all 2-shot players that adapted very well. Because at the end of the day, I think you need a lot of really fine-tuned skills to play 2-shot. And you need a really good cue action to play 2-shot. And if you've got a good cue action, that's the life and breath of the game.
That's right.
Thanks, mate.
So it looks like Tony's played a safety here. It hasn't locked him up as such, but focus was the object ball.
We've got a question here that we asked you was, who was your mentor at pool? Who trained you? You said Sue Vucanic.
Yeah, so Sue was a state and Australian champion in two-shot. And, yeah, she coached me back in the day. She was the first one to ever help me out, give me advice. And we used to play on the weekends. We a whole bunch of kids down at the pool hall, and we used to practice. And she looked after the kids and did a bit of coaching. And, yeah, it was a great environment for us to start. And that's where...
In Perth?
Yeah, in Perth.
Wow. And you have here that your toughest opponent you've ever faced is Wu Cha-Ching.
Yeah,
That's my favourite player.
yeah, well, I guess playing Wu in that World Cup of pool in the doubles.
How awesome is he, man?
Yeah, just his presence as well, and yeah, it was a huge honour to play. And
I remember watching him play when he was a child.
Yeah,
he was losing 12-8 in the was it 12-8? Yeah, I think it was 12-8 or 12-7 in the World Championships. And his opponent missed the 2-ball. And he ran that racket and broke around a 4-pack to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The age of 15.
That's crazy.
Talent like you wouldn't believe. And then I watched him play an exhibition match in China. It was live as well. And it was supposed to be a race to 9 against that guy he played doubles with.
Oh, yep.
And he beat him 9-0.
Wow.
He did he did an 8-pack. No, 9-pack, really. But it was an 8-pack of... first game was safety play, and then after that he did an 8-pack on top. An 8-pack
Jesus.
On live TV.
Wow.
Unbelievable. But like I said, back in the old days, the pockets were a bit bigger.
Extension
and everything was a little bit different back then. You could break from the one on the spot. Now we've got smaller pockets, we've got quicker cloth, we've got the 9-ball on the spot, and we're breaking from the break box.
Yeah, so as you can see, the players are struggling a little bit with the break.
Which really does make for a more enjoyable pool because you get to see more safety play.
And that's where you see, you know, the likes of Marco and even Tony, their kicking and safety was a little bit better.
I think the European players, these two players
Absolutely.
you mentioned, I think that's where they really... If it was an open game, to be honest, this is my personal feeling, no one could beat Danny. If it was just an open, free-flowing game, Danny would run over everybody. But because of the safety play involved in the difficult breaking, it tipped things on these two guys.
Yeah. So it looks like we do have a result between Craig and Danny. I'm not sure exactly who won that one.
Well, Craig is packing up his cues. Usually indication. Danny's holding his cues. It's still to put together. Danny, get up. No?
No.
No, Scott didn't get up. Craig got me as well on the loser's side. Got me 7-5. Played really, really well. Craig Riley was in the top 100 of the world just a few years ago.
Great player.
Great player. Very knowledgeable.
So Tony, I'm not sure. Has he come far enough here? Looks like camera angle. Yeah, looks like he's fine. Probably cutting it a little bit thin, but...
Yeah, it's a bit thin, isn't it? These are the kind of shots that can get away from you sometimes. He's got a lot of pressure on him right now.
Yeah.
Because he's made quite a few errors. And he just needs to put this frame away and settle. Oh, it's a nice shot. Use the side there.
Yeah, he's played that well.
Wow, that was a real nice touch. For a big guy, he's got some nice touch, that's for sure.
Definitely.
I like this answer. You wrote, where do you draw your inspiration from? You wrote, winning. I love it. I love it.
Well, you don't like to lose tournaments, that's for sure. And, the more times you win and lose, and you find it a lot more satisfying winning, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. When you said here that the largest, most breaking runs you've had is 5-pack, that's a little low for your ability.
Yeah.
Because you haven't played this game with the one on the spot.
Yeah.
That much.
No, not much. And, yeah, to be honest, it's around 5. So.
Yeah, but that, again, with the packs, there's also quite a bit of luck involved. You got to make a ball and then on the one. Not easy. And you don't want to have things that are tightened up as well or closed up. Neil's fine had 16 in a row.
Wow.
16 breaking runs in a row. And that's not on these conditions. That's on pristine, quality, brand new cloth conditions.
Yeah, and you will find the longer this tournament goes on into the night, into the evening, the balls will get a bit stickier, the cloth will get a bit stickier, and they'll find it definitely harder to maneuver the white ball.
Very, very good point.
Tony's gone with the cut break there, and again he's come up dry and left Marco absolutely perfect on the one.
With a 1-2-3-9 combo.
Oh, and he looks like the 3-9 combo is on.
3-9 combo.
So,
if I was Tony, I'd just be like, yep,
wow.
It's going to be over in about 35 seconds.
Depends how straight he is on this one, whether he's playing it to the middle or the corner. I can't quite see. But I believe if he makes this, and the rack's over.
Extension called.
Called the extension, so realising the importance of this shot. He's a little bit in between the middle and the corner. So, personal
what do you
preference.
like here? Personal preference, huh?
Yeah.
I actually like the corner.
Yeah, from the camera angle, it looks like a nice angle to run through.
And the room just went really quiet just now.
And he's made that one, so nice shot. Now, just has to leave the white somewhere near the back rail. Just needs to be careful he doesn't bump into the 8 ball or the 5 ball, or 4 ball, sorry. How's he playing this? Is he screwing through the gap or coming off the rail?
I think you're right. He's going to go down the bottom rail, bounce one rail up to the left.
Perfect, perfect.
Oh, look at that touch. He's a little high in it, but I mean, the balls are that close together. This is not a difficult point.
Yeah, this looks pretty set.
He's got to cut the 3 up a little bit, but man of this man's ability.
Should be no problem. And you will see him play the white ball to the side or the long rail where he's cueing from for safety in mind.
Never a doubt. Never
Perfect.
a doubt. I think he's on. He's on the.
No, I think he's on 9.
On 9, so he needs 2 to go. The match is not over yet. It's a winner break format. Langer.
Just quick up there in the field. A couple of things seeing from the field here. Yeah, I've already done it. 9 to 7 here. Tony, he's getting rattled. He's starting to bark and ask a lot of questions and whatnot out here on the field. Whereas Marco, he's taking a lot more time to try and set up for these easy frames. So, again, big stretch here coming, and I think Marco is going to get over the line at the moment.
It definitely looks that way, Langer. But this is 9 ball, and in 9 ball, everything can change on a win. One piece of bad luck can happen, and all of a sudden your opponent can put a 3 or 4 back together, take the set. And here's the bit of good luck. Marco's taking a timeout, which is actually what Tony should have done a few frames ago, I reckon.
Both players are going for a
so
little
we can go to a
break,
commercial
guys.
break. And I want to say a big thank you, Justin, for coming and sitting with me.
No worries, thanks Barry.
Didn't get it this time, but you're always going to get it next time. We've got another tournament coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Thanks Barry.
It'll be you and me battling it out, hopefully in the final next
Yeah.
time. Not sitting in commentary. Well, they can commentate on us.
That's right.
Catch you guys soon.
Thanks Barry.
Back. The boys are just on a quick little break. They're taking their quick 5-minute timeout just to recompose themselves, use the bathroom. And I thought I'd take this opportunity to introduce a player, Joe Chow. Joe Chow, how are you, my friend?
Very good. How are you, Barry?
I'm very good. Tell everyone out there at home where you travel from.
I'm from Darwin. Yeah.
From Darwin?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Well, how far away was it? How long did it take you to get here with an airplane?
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Is this your first CueWorld event?
Yes. My first time ever. Yeah. Yeah.
And did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Very good.
Oh, good. And so, are you going to be coming to play? You know, we're doing the World Cup of Pool on the 6th and 7th of April.
Yep.
You're going to be maybe possibly coming back to play with your partner.
We'll try as much as we can. Yeah. At the moment, we cannot really confirm, but would
know,
love to, yeah.
inbox me and let me know if you are.
Oh, you're the person who got me a spot here. So.
I hooked up a lot of players for this event. How are your thoughts on this match?
It's very good. Very, very exciting.
Two top quality players.
Yeah, very good. Very nice to watch, and I can actually learn a lot from them. Yeah, it's very good.
Well, look, we're going to take you guys back to the action. Just want to say a big thank you to Teutscher for traveling all this way down here, and I hope to see you in many, many more events with us in the future.
You will.
All right, let's get back to the action.
No problem.
Thank you, Barry. That was a lovely little pre-interview there in between the between the games.
Gee, it's exciting, isn't it? This is the break that just happened may work against Marco, because I really felt like Tony needed a break. You know, so let's see what happens. He broke, he made a ball, he's not on the one. Can the Greek man from Athens turn this match around one more time? He's now behind 9 frames to 7 in race to 11. Can he turn this match around and win 4 on the trot?
Barry, I think he can. But he just really needs to throw himself into this, you know, and really go for it, you know. Or if he does play sort of a bit of snookers, bit of defensive pool, really get it right and really lock the other guy up, you know, really lock up Marco and chuck away the key, because at this late stage in a match, you really don't want to be making any mistakes.
Well, interesting push out here from Marco. He pushed the 2 ball over the hole and he's basically saying to Tony, bank it or play safe. Tony's not going to give this ball back to Marco. No way. No way you're going to give a full ball back to someone like Marco.
You could go for a safety shot
But
here.
to answer your question, can he turn this game around? Absolutely. Absolutely. With the winner break format, don't rule anything out. Both these players are capable of doing a 4-pack, no problem. No problem at all. So, and Marco's very well aware of this, that a game can turn on one shot. Tony should use the extension. He's using the extension now. Mr. Stuart Rogers, how are you, my friend?
I'm well, thank you, Barry. It's been a great event so far. Your commentary is getting a lot of praise, so thanks to you and Jamie, doing a great job.
Well, I'm just the guy standing next to the talent. Jamie's the real talent in here.
This is not true. You know,
Jamie's just come in for a guest appearance. Hopefully he'll join us at the next event. So, yeah, we've missed Jamie. He's got a great voice. He's got a head for radio, though, I would say.
Well, our next event is going to be the World Cup of Pool qualifiers on the 6th and 7th of April, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm very grateful to Matchroom for giving us the opportunity to continue the relationship. We are going to work with them on some other events as well, and I'm hoping that we'll get a great turnout. And rest assured, players, it's in good hands. You'll get a great event, and we'll go above and beyond. We've already booked the guys from the streaming Be Live. We've already booked them for that day, so we hope everyone comes down and supports the event. We'll announce shortly, all the particulars, and
Well, a big special thank you, Stuart, because it's been a great event to play in, a great event to commentate in, and there is a real big buzz in the. Oh, he went for a beautiful shot there from Marco, beautiful pot. It's been a real great event to play in, so thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to do it, and it's good for the players. Gives them plenty of options, and with Matchroom behind us, it gives the players, more opportunities to go overseas, play the big guys. We've got some great players here. They just don't get the opportunity.
I was just saying that before with Justin. We've got some great talent in Australia, but everyone's working 5 days, 6 days a week here, whereas all the other players that are playing. I mean, Justin's going to play in the World Pool Masters, representing Australia, and all his opponents in there, they're all full-time pool players. They don't work, and Justin he's an accountant. He works Monday to Friday.
Yeah, I think that's always the challenge for us. We don't have a great juniors program, unfortunately. We don't have a great program where guys can actually get some government support or funding to help them fulfil their potential. I think hopefully with the Olympics, and if we can get our bid to get us into the Olympics, that's going to really change the landscape for Q Sports in a lot of countries.
Well, look, I'm not going to hold you out too much longer. I know you're busy in the back with Todd, so I just want to say a big thanks, and we'll get back to the match.
Yeah, get into it, mate. Thanks, guys.
Thanks you very much, Barry. Stuart.
You can thank me as much as you want. Here's what I was saying earlier: is that five is it's off the rail, but these have been shots that have been a lot of players have been struggling with because of the nature of the pockets here. They're very tight. Now, he's going to have to play one rail and go between, like, underneath the 9, I believe, is what he's going to do. And these shots have been missed all weekend because of the cloth. If the cloth was new, the ball would slide. Let's have a look what happens.
It's not a big area to have to land there near the cushion, between the cushion and the 9 ball there, Baz. But he's opting to...
No, that's no good. That's no good.
It's too fast.
That's just no
too
good.
fast.
That's just not a good shot there.
Well, I'm sensing maybe he's got to try and play safe here if he doesn't try and bank this. Possible. Can he bit bottom left go back down behind the 9, or is he going to try and put the white down the left-hand side of the table there, and the white up behind the brown ball? But no, not really done either of those, I think. Oh no, he has left his snooker. That's a good shot. Lots of safety in this match been played by both players. He really need to put the weight on the ball just right there, and he did.
Ten seconds.
Langer calling 10 second there.
5.
5 seconds. It's a nice kick. Is it going to... White touches a cushion. So does the green, but it's on. So Tony kicking out there. Unfortunately, leaving the green ball on 6.
Well, at the end of the day, when you're kicking, you need a bit of luck. Oh, you need a bit of luck.
Well, that's a nice
When you're
shot.
kicking, you needed a bit of luck, and that particular case there was no luck. Not much you can do there, mate. I don't know. It's getting ominous now, isn't it, Jamie?
Black ball in the middle pocket, I think.
It's getting ominous, unfortunately, for the Antonias Kakaris camp. He's not going to give up, though, as long as there's still balls on the table. I mean, this frame, you can pretty much throw it away. He's going to put himself on the hill.
Yes.
At 10 frames to 7. But, I mean, if Tony will never give up. Doesn't matter how far behind he is.
He's only 2 frames behind Barry, and he certainly wouldn't be giving up at that
Yeah, but
3 frames now.
In this situation, he needs to win 4 in a row. Not impossible. Joey Tome is asking what time do we think the final will be on. After this match, Joey, these 2 players are going to sit out. One will be in the final, looks like it'll be Marco. The other one has to play one more match to get into the final. That'll probably be Tony. And then they'll have to play... We're going to be featuring one match between Craig Riley versus the winner of Ben Judge and Sean Oglesby.
Marco to break.
And the winner of that match will play Tony. And the winner of that match will play the final. So I'd say about 3 hours, 3.5 hours if you come on down. 3 hours, you should be all right to watch the final.
So Marco breaks off. He's made a ball from the break. He's got the 1. Not easy. Probably going to be playing a safe here. Try and lock that white ball up. If he doesn't go for the bank, which I don't think he will, I think he'll try and put that white down the bottom of the table. Clips off the 3 ball, but still, he lands himself down in the sort of general area of where he wants to be. I think he's got a snooker. I think.
Guys, if you like the stream, please like and share. We're going to be cutting the stream after this match, and then we'll be restarting again. And of course, we've got the big final coming up later on. But we've still got 2 more matches to feature before the final. Are you up for it, Jamie?
Absolutely, Barry. I'm here for the long haul.
That's good to know.
I've got my can of Red Bull and my bananas.
Can of Red Bull and bananas.
It's like opposite ends of the health spectrum right there, Barry. But
what does Tony have here? Does he just have a kick shot? I can't
No.
tell. Can you see the end of it? Kick. I was going to try perhaps kick and stick. Kick underneath the rail and then stick it there and send the white.
Bit of side on that white when it hits his
Send
cushion.
the one towards the middle. Oh, he tried to cut it. He tried to cut it. He went for it and
I think he's going to play this cushion
fortune
first. Cushion
might have
first.
favoured the brave.
Cushion first, bit of side, and he'll pop this in.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah, he's looking at it, is he?
Yeah, with a possible in-off. Now, this is what I was saying earlier. When some of these shots, I would not be surprised if he was to cut this in and the white was to go in-off
Extension call.
in the pocket at the opposite end of the table.
Interesting to see here.
But he's even got to go for that kind of shot first. So this is what I'm expecting. Cushion first with lots of right-hand side.
I'd like to see Tony get one more opportunity at the table to see if he can get out and then put something going on. I'd like to see it.
Andy Nguyen's watching us. Hello, Andy. Very fine player from Sydney.
Yes, he is. He's
Originally from New Zealand.
Hails from New Zealand originally.
But speaking of New Zealand, obviously that's where Marco lives these days.
And you got Daniel Banfield, a team member with a very fine two-shot player. Team member with Justin Sage.
Katie Harrison, the famous Katie 180.
My ex-team member, and still my favourite team member to be, Katie 180 Harrison. How are you, beautiful Katie? Enjoying the stream?
So this one's on. Into the middle pocket, Baz.
It is on.
It is on.
So he has got one more opportunity.
And he's got an angle as well.
What
to
can
come round the
Tony
table from
do?
this.
Can the magician pull something out from the hat?
Well, a little bit harder would have been nice. Will that two pass by the pink? Obviously it will.
Will he get hooked by the 7? No, he's... Oh, you know what? He's got a chance to run the balls and make this match a little bit more exciting.
I didn't think that 2 was going to go into that pocket, Barry, so I thought it was going to have to hit extra harder to come down past the 2 to shoot the 2 somewhere else, but it will go.
One rail. How good is your nerves? This is what Tony's been practicing for. He's been practicing all week. He's been paying people for money all week long. He's practicing putting himself under pressure to be able to put balls away when he's under pressure. And you know what? Right now, he's got one of the top 40 ranked players in the world sitting on the chair against him on the hill.
On the hill.
On the hill. He has to win 4 in a row. Can he bring himself, muster up some energy to put himself in the final?
Did he have his Weet-Bix this morning, Barry? Did he?
Well, look, getting out here, that's the first question. Then having to break, make a ball and then on a low ball is the second question. But let's see if he gets out first, because for me it's still a question mark. If it was Marco, I'd back Marco to get out. He looks like he's getting out. But Tony...
We have seen him make a mistake at
has
this
made
kind
a
of
few mistakes.
Crucial
let's see how he goes.
part of the game. But my money's on him doing this. To bring the game to, well, within 2. 10-8 it will be. So 10-7 is what it is right now.
Well, in all fairness, he's the only person that's actually got close to beating Marco in this event. Marco's basically steamrolled over most of his opponents. Only Tom Shen, I've got to mention Tom Shen, my good friend Tom Shen from China. I don't know if he's watching.
Tom Shen is in the room.
Is he?
Tom Shen is about 5 tables up that way having a money match with George Mariglas right now. He is.
Is he really?
I've just walked past them.
Well, Tom Shen was losing 8 frames to 2 to Marco.
Okay.
Marco on the hill. And Tom brought it back to 8-7 and missed the black. To go 8 all.
Right.
In a race to 9.
Wow.
So that just shows the caliber of Tom Shen. He's another quality.
Loves the money match,
player.
Tom. Loves the money match.
Yeah, money match is his forte. I tell you what, playing him in tournaments, you know, he's tough to beat in a tournament, fair enough, but when he's playing for money, he's even tougher to beat. This is a really good... Come on, Tony, make this ball, buddy.
On the 9, he wants
make
to
the ball, buddy.
pump this
There
in.
you
Beautiful.
go.
Beautiful.
Now, that was a great clearance under the pump.
Absolutely, Barry. And
And
it's what you need to do at this level. I mean, you need to, especially when the person's on the hill. Any mistake. And to be honest, if you're going to make any mistake, it's probably now when you're going to make them as well. So you really need to get over that bit of nerves.
But in a way, it kind of doesn't, like, the pressure go away when your opponent's on the hill. It's like, just let your stuff go and just go for it.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Sometimes when I've got, you know what, you've got nothing to lose. You've just got everything to gain, or you've got the match to lose. And it's just about to be taken away from you. So you just find this next gear and you just think, you know what, sod it. I'm just going to go for it. And
sod it.
Yeah. I'm trying to be clean for the viewers at home.
Well, you want to sodomize it. Is that, is that English for sodomize?
I'm not sure, actually.
I
Probably
would think
is.
it would be, but it's
Which
short
is-
version. So we're keeping it clean. We're not going to bugger anybody up right now.
No.
You see? Same word. I am a wordsmith. There's an Australian word for it, isn't it?
I'm not sure. So Marvin racking up the balls. Stuart is
See,
not
Tony's
doing it anymore.
really having a great,
He is.
good look.
He's asking him to be pushed
He's like,
forward. He's
come
asking
on,
him
man.
to
Get
be
it tight
tight.
for me. He's had it. You know what? He's upset because he's had a few dodgy racks. But this is the nature of the game. This is how it is without the magic rack.
Oh,
So
just a quick
Marvin's
one,
still
boys.
really-
Just a quick one for you.
Yep.
Looking at the energy levels, Tony has woken up. You can feel it from when you're standing behind him. It's either go hard or go home at the moment for Tony. So you can really feel
100%.
it. Marco, on the other hand, really weird though. Given that he's on the hill, doesn't show the zero-in focus that you kind of expect from
He
someone
looks
on the
relaxed.
hill,
He looks
someone of his
relaxed.
caliber. So thinking at the moment he's going to reset, but Tony in the driver's seat right now. So see how it goes.
Thank you, Langer. Langer's standing right beside the table with the microphone and the shot clock, and really getting to see them more close up than what we can. We're two sort of tables back.
Well, we have to be because we're the ones doing all the talking. So
Right.
we don't want to ruin their
and
focus.
we don't want them to hear us as well. So Marvin really taking his time over getting this rack right.
It's absolutely crucial. Tony's holding his face, thinking, "What's going on here?"
I know, but
You can see it. This is a really great camera angle, actually. Nice work, Todd. Tony's thinking, "What's going on? Why did it take so long to rack the ball for me? Give me a good rack, please."
let me look a little bit closer now. No, I don't like that one ball.
And you know what? I know Tony. If he doesn't get what he wants, we're not going to go anywhere. It could be the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because how crucial is this? If he dry breaks, it's basically, Marco's going to figure out a way to run the balls.
He's asking to turn the rack over now.
The triangle over. I've got a beautiful triangle at home. I've got a diamond table. Got a nice 9-foot diamond table, which I bought from Stuart, by the way.
Yes.
Guys, if you have a bit of coin and you want to buy a quality table, you can also buy cheaper tables at home. That's fine. But if you want to play pool at home and really enjoy it, do what I did and buy yourselves a quality diamond table. Whether it's 7 foot or 9 foot, it's well worth the money. You won't want to leave the house.
Marco leading 10 frames.
They've
to 8.
figured out a way to make everyone happy.
Absolutely. 10 frames to 8. Marco's way. Tony's going to break off now.
Ming Wu, just to answer your question, this is the A final, A side final. So it's the first final. That's where we are at the moment. The winner of this will go straight. So it's like a semi-final. The loser has a life.
He's not done it. Oh, yes. Oh, no.
Has he made a ball?
Barry.
He's made absolutely nothing but noise. And I'm not even sure if he has a shot. Did he leave a shot in the one? If there's a shot in the one, there is a shot in the one.
The plant, or will it go?
No,
will it go
I think
full
it's
ball?
a direct shot in the one. It's
Actually-
not what Tony wanted. Tony wanted to make a ball and run it pack and get out. And now we have a dry break. All the balls are split wide open. And Marco Teutscher at the table. He's favourite to run the rack out and take this match and put himself in the final.
So this is it. This is his chance at taking the rack. No clusters. All the balls are open. The one ball's on. Let's see what he can do.
I'm trying to find something difficult on the table.
Extension
And
4.
perhaps the hardest shot is actually right now, which is why he's taking his extension.
Barry, how often would you say you spend a week playing on your 9-ball diamond?
I play about an hour a night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when I finish work, I do 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
I go home, I shower. The first thing I'll do is, I'll eat. Oh, he's hit this way too hard. That's a bad shot from Marco.
That is a bad shot.
I think he's hooked himself. Has he? Oh, no. Maybe he has a shot in the two, or I don't know.
He might be able to shoot through that
I think
gap
he's
there.
played it that badly. He's got a shot in the two.
Yes. A little bit of right-hand side,
That's
I think.
a bit of luck there for Marco.
Just to keep on that free.
That's a terrible shot. You know
It
what?
was.
That's a terrible shot for a guy of his caliber. Anyway,
Well,
what was I saying?
sometimes-
At home, yeah.
An
So
hour a day.
An hour a day is what I can. That's all I can basically do. I'm usually really tired after work, but I try and put that 1 hour in just because I can keep my game up,
10 seconds.
not to improve, but just to at least keep the game where it is.
You just want to keep yourself warm.
5,
So whenever you
4,
step onto a table, you're not
3.
cold. He's missed that there, Barry. Do you reckon he played safe on purpose there, or do you reckon he went for it? Well,
I
not
thought-
safe. It's not really safe. Did you see how the white ball landed there?
And it rocked.
It did rock.
Yeah.
Landed into a little bit of a divot on the table.
Well, the tables have got holes in them. Not holes, but the cloth is a bit worn out. It's not
Yeah.
new cloth.
Ben Judge has just won against Sean Oglesby, we're just hearing.
Wow. So Ben Judge beat Sean 9-7.
9-7.
Ben Judge beat Justin Sage. Ben Judge beat, who beat Danny Stone? Craig Riley. So we've got to have Craig Riley and Ben Judge on the TV table after this match. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. I can't wait to commentate on that.
I was so lucky enough to, a couple of years ago, playing a team with
Tony
Craig Riley
has
for a few
played
years.
A cracker of a shot to sneak behind the 4 and use the 6 as a blocker. What an absolute phenomenal shot.
He's got such a smooth voice. He's played such a good safety shot that Marco didn't have an opportunity to kick at it, so he tried to tie it. Yeah, but he deliberately played an intentional foul.
Because he's wanted to lock that ball up
to lock
there.
up the 4 and 5.
Absolutely.
I think he actually has locked up the 4 because the 5 is in the way. What would you do if you were Tony? Would you go for 3 fouls?
I reckon he might just. He's going to be playing the snooker again. Stop shot, the 2.
Behind the 3.
Behind the 3 and send that 2 away.
Jeez, if Tony can manipulate 3 fouls of this situation, maybe 10-9 with his break. It's not over.
Well, never say never, Barry. Never say never.
Uh-oh. Has he played it? Yeah, he's played it good, actually. He's played it at that point where I don't think Marco could come off one rail. I would have preferred if he had the white ball stuck behind the 3 glued. I think he's left him in... he's left him this masse around the rail. This is not a good safety shot from Tony. That wasn't a good safety shot from Tony at all. See,
I was thinking he might try and send the 2 further away than that, Barry.
Yeah, no, he wanted to glue the white onto the 3, and if he did that, there would be nothing that Marco would have been able to do.
Because he put the white ball on the side of them 2 balls where we are. I would have put it on the... I was thinking about naturally putting on the other side and knocking the blue ball up here and leaving the white behind the 3 ball. But...
Well, guys, for all you out there at home, don't go anywhere because after this match, we're going to have Ben Judge from WA, Australia.
10 seconds.
Playing the local. He's not really local, he's from England, isn't he? Craig Riley.
Well, he's a Sydney guy these days. He's got his residency. He's got his citizenship.
Okay.
He's married to the beautiful Kitty, who they ran a successful league out of this venue, a singles league. It was very good a couple of years ago called Metro. And it was a great league to play in from Craig.
Marco. Marco has just played a cracker of a shot, and he's taken control now of this safety battle, Jamie. That's all from a bad safety from Tony earlier. With the ball in hand, Tony should have locked him up. Lockdown.
I agree.
A mistake. A big mistake. Could be costly.
So he really wants to clip this to as fine as he can. Oh,
no.
Hello.
No.
Well, he's on there, Barry.
What's worse, not only did he give up a shot, but what's worse is he's positioned the 3 ball in a position place where he can extract the 5 or the 4. That's what made it even worse, Jamie. I fully expect Marco to play a nice angle on the 3 to open up the 4 and the 5. And Marco knows it. Tony knows it. People out there at home know it. Does he get past the 9? Does he get past the 9? Does he bump the 9?
Oh, my word.
Is he...
That's very unlucky.
I think he's behind the 9.
He is behind the 9. No shot on this 3.
That...
He's unscrewing the bottom of his...
Lord Langer says there's no shot on the 3 ball here. He's snookered himself.
Well, what about bridging over that 9 and just playing one cushion? That's all he's got.
There's a chance, but obviously he's not what he wanted. There's a bit of pressure out there, huh?
But at this late on stage in a match, especially of this, severity...
Yannis Gitchos is watching from Cyprus. How are you, Yanni?
This is where we're going to see mistakes. He's hit the ball.
He's hit the ball and he's gone safe behind the 9. Does Tony have some kind of shot on it? No. Marco tapping the table there, showing his frustration. But Tony has no shot on the 9 ball, on the 3 ball. You can't see it. He's snookered. It's a full eclipse. He has to kick. He needs to kick safe somehow. Find the right speed. Hit the 3 on the spot that he wants. Now, fully back him to find this ball. But can he hit the right speed to send the ball around the table? And he has no extension left.
10 seconds.
So he's going to play
under
this.
10 seconds. He's hit the ball. He's not made anything.
What has he done?
He might get lucky here.
No, he's gone completely unlucky. He's not only hit the ball, but he's opened up the 4 and the 5. And the fat lady has started to warm up her vocal cords right now.
She has.
She's warming him up because this is the opportunity that Mr. Marco Teutscher has been waiting for this entire match. He's got the opportunity now to run out the rack for the win. Cut this in and go 1-2 rails back out for the 4.
Again,
And
Nerve's
he'll be in
going
pole
to be
position.
playing a little bit of a part. Maybe you hear Barry.
1, 2, 3. He's played that with an extra rail. He's hit the 7.
That's helped him a little
And
bit.
where has the 7 gone? Over the 5, but it's close enough for him to play a combination. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it because he was actually quite fortunate there. He's a bit fortunate. He'll have to play the 5 ball in the same hole now as the 4.
He's either going to play this with right or left.
He's going to go forward with right hand spin.
Right hand off 2
2 rails. Yeah. How good's your speed control under the pressure?
Oh, nice.
It's pretty damn good, I'd say.
Look, he'll do.
He'll do it. Plum. He's even low on the 5, so it can naturally come off 1 rail and get towards the 6.
Mm-hmm. Not bad at all.
You can really just see he's in full flow now. He's in full flow.
Lord Langer coming. When he speaks, we don't expect him to speak. He's such a huge guy with a soft voice. He's like a guy talking from the woods. Like a wolf.
He's a whisperer.
A poor whisperer, Lord Langer. Yeah, but the writing's on the wall now. The writing is really on the wall.
Down to the last 4 balls.
Marco.
Of the match, possibly.
Yep, about to put the finishing touches on this match. It was a hard-fought match. Too many errors, I think, from Tony, just in the forms of missed pots. His safety play was good.
Mm-hmm.
His breaking was good, but just missed a few too many balls. At this level, it's going to cost you. Score is now 10 frames to 8. Teutscher just needs one more, these last 3 balls, to put himself in the final.
Just deciding where he wants to leave himself on this black ball, so he probably wants to play it just one cushion, obviously, over the other side of the table to leave himself where he
wants
is.
to land good. He doesn't want to be
No
playing
cushions.
a big shot.
He's screwing it.
10 seconds.
He doesn't want to be playing a big shot under pressure. He wants to land plumb.
Nice.
You hit that well. You
Using
hit
one
that
cushion
really
to come back
well.
out. Very nice.
You landed it absolutely straight on the ball. And just a stop shot for a 9 in the middle. And Tony's already put his cue away. He's put it down. He knows it's over. Still got another chance, though, so he'd be happy to try and come back here. But
yes.
he had his opportunities. You cannot say. There was no Pax run.
It's only his first loss. And this, ladies and gentlemen, for the match. Still
Good
undefeated.
match. Well done to both players. Thanks for you guys out there at home for watching. We're going to be back in about maybe 10-15 minutes only, not too long. We're going to have Ben Judge from WA playing Craig Riley from England.
The UK, from Grimsby, which is a fishing town, so he's got something in common with you, Barry.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I realised that when I shook his hands yesterday. It did smell a bit fishy.
Really?
No.
Well, it's the most famous fishing town, possibly, arguably, in the UK. So
Really?
you and him have got some talking to do, catching up on your fish knowledge. But he looks like he's in high spirits over there, having a chat with a few people, getting himself ready.
Right, so we'll see you guys in about 15 minutes, yeah?
Don't touch that dial, folks. Thank you very much.
See you soon. Bye-bye.